Champion battle.
If 16-bit came back as a zombie, would you shoot him in the head?
Yeah.
Yo yo, welcome to another exciting edition of MK-related audio entertainment. It's been a long time since our last show. A shitload has happened in the MK community. We got me, we got the slippery one, and we got the zoning master, into Dave. So we're gonna try to cover everything here. I think the big thing right now is the first to 10 with Cowboy and King. And we're recording this Saturday night, so it just finished. So let's start off with that. What'd you guys think?
Jesus, man, that was great. It doesn't really get better than that, does it?
I think it was the best set in MK history to date.
I mean, it wasn't even. There wasn't a 3-game difference at any point, was there? It was always 2 games.
Yeah,
right?
the most was 2.
Yes,
Great.
that-
And
yeah,
there
that
was 2. There was 2 lead. No, 3 lead changes.
Yeah,
Or 2.
it started with King up by 2, then it went to Cowboy, then back to King, then back
Right.
to Cowboy. It was
That's
crazy.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, usually like events like this, they usually don't deliver the hype because it's just impossible, you know. But this one for sure delivered. 9-9. So last match, last round, and Cowboy comes up on top after pretty much everybody picked King to win. But if you know Cowboy, you knew never count out this guy, and that's kind of what I kept thinking. And honestly, I didn't know who was gonna win, but at the end, you know, Cowboy did it, which it was an amazing, amazing event put together by Yomi, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was amazing. And shoutouts to Reno for making that shit happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, I mean, he dropped his own money into it to get those guys out there. And it was amazing to watch. So
Yeah, that
props
was.
to him.
Props to Yomi for that. I mean, props to King for at least talking smack and getting stuff going.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he does deserve some credit for that. But man, he was the favorite easily, was he not?
Well, he just won 2
He
majors.
just won the last 2 tournaments. He's been mopping everyone up. Like, he hasn't even been put into losers, has he?
I don't think so.
Not
For the past 2 tournaments.
No, he beat DJT. I think he beat DJT twice. He beat Sonic Fox twice. Yeah. So he pretty much beat everybody. He beat everybody there's to beat. But then Cowboy comes out of nowhere and beats him. I mean, what does this say? I don't know. What does this mean?
That's a blow up. I think it's a blow up.
Cowboy's good. I mean, what can you say?
Blow up for King, you mean? King needs to be blown up?
King. You're with Team Yomi. You are playing with the best players. Your job is playing the game. Your job is to play it at least 6 hours a day. Wound Cowboy is like a student. He just graduated. He's becoming a teacher. He's like a librarian right now.
Is he?
Yeah. He plays it on his spare time. He has no scene. All he can do is play online. And he plays once every couple of weeks with Ducky, who's like 2 or 3 hours away or something, apparently like that. I mean, he has limited time to practice for that match, and all he can do is play Drubert online or whatever.
Drubert.
I mean, that's his competition. That was his practice.
Oh, Blackfellow, yes.
Yeah, the reptile player.
You know he's not even black.
I don't even know. I've never seen
No,
him.
he's
So.
not. He's not. I've asked.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that odd?
That's. I always thought he was black.
So did I.
Thought it was
The
some
more you
pride
know.
thing.
Well, King, he did talk a lot, didn't he, before this? He
And
said,
he talked.
Well, they both.
Him and Pig were just on like a campaign of just defrauding EGL and Bone Shaper Shinnok. Anyone can do it. It's crap. It's this is another talking point. We all agree Bone Shaper Shinnok got hurt worse than HQT Predator.
oh, yeah, for
Yeah,
There's
sure.
no question.
Well, he
So
lost the reset, the guaranteed reset thing.
He lost
So-
a bunch of
so
things, yeah.
even pre-patch, it was probably going to be like an even match if they were both broke. And then post-patch, so let's go over this. Post-patch, King wins 2 tournaments straight, doesn't get knocked into losers. He's beating everyone. He's using a character that in many people's eyes is still broke. Meanwhile, Cowboy's watching all this go down. I would have been like, damn, this is what I'm going to have to deal with. My character got nerfed to the ground. His character's still good. He's destroying everyone. He's getting even better with that character, and this is what I gotta fight. And then he does. And then he beats him. Oh my god. That's
I mean,
a blow up.
In fairness, Predator did get nerfed as well, so. I mean, that
Shit.
that 2% in the corner hurts.
Yeah, come on. And think about that matchup. Where on the screen does Bone Shaper Shinnok? We were on this show. What were his 2 biggest strengths, or maybe not biggest strengths, but 2 of the things we're talking about was his zoning is one of the best, and his footsies are out of control. And Predator does both of those better than him. He outzones Bone Shaper Shinnok, and his down 4 is probably better than Shinnok's forward 4. So where the only part on the screen Bone Shaper Shinnok actually does decent is max range Hellsparks. Everywhere else he loses. That's like crazy. Except maybe it's super far up close. And he still won. Think about the odds that he just overcame. It's crazy. I think
So
it's crazy.
I do think HQ10 definitely outzones,
Oh, you could see it.
Because those fireballs, yeah,
Round
those
was
fireballs,
winning.
yeah, those fireballs just have
Round was winning
amazing, yeah.
substantially one round, and he was like, "Well, let's see if I can just trade fireballs," and
Yeah,
he can't
and
even
you
trade.
No, you
Can't even
can't.
trade with him.
Yeah, Predator can shoot and then duck before the fireball gets.
Yeah, he can do that almost literally almost everybody except maybe Quan Chi. Like he can just just shoot or even jump away from yours or or crouch it. I do think like the footsies could be a little bit because let's be serious here, like Shinnok still has a good down 4. Like that will low profile out of moves. Even on hit you can dash up and do forward 4. On block you can do the lowest health sparks which some characters can punish. But yeah, I agree with you. Like that match on paper looks like Predator probably wins it right now, and even with that,
You saw in the meta too. Like Forever King would do down 4, and he would do the laser after it, and he would armor through that. So then he stopped doing the laser after it, and then he was punishing down 4 with forward 4.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I mean, you don't even really see the Yomi guys doing that yet, It's how this dude, wow, just comes out of nowhere and just starts beating, playing this matchup at a super high level that, I don't know, not even really, I saw
let's
Yomi
be
doing.
serious here. Regardless of King, I don't know who else said it, Pig, or any of the other guys, Cowboy is not winning because of a broken character. He's winning because he's Cowboy. Let's be serious about that. And
that was
you guys are deluding yourselves down to the south.
Both King and Pig they had to apologize. Like that's insane.
I think anybody else, like, if you think he's winning because of certain, you are delusional. He's not winning because he's winning because he's one of the best players in our community. That's why he's winning, and that's why he was the only Shinnok, pre-patch who won something.
Well, I mean, I get the frustration Wound does downplay, and that
Oh,
rubs
for
people
sure.
off. I mean, no one. Yeah, he does, and he makes himself look like the bad guy for like saying Bone Shaper Chinook's fine. But at the same time, it's just like, yeah, Wound's also extremely good. You got to give him some leeway because he'll fucking body your ass, and he just did. So he can say whatever he wants because he'll just beat the shit out of you, I guess.
Much. Well, I mean, he also used Lao. I mean, that might be in Lao's
That's
favor.
probably, yeah, that's another matchup that's actually not really in Bone Shaper Chinook's favor.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And King had the advantage of the character. He could change character. I mean, he didn't, but he could have changed to anyone at any point. There wasn't a character lock, as far as I know.
No.
No, there wasn't.
This whole thing was about how King was a better player than Wound, and Wound was the fraud. And King was the one, and Cowboy was the one that stuck with one character the whole time, while King, picked two, I guess, and still lost.
On his home
in,
turf.
in winning matchup scenarios. It's a blow up, man. I'm sorry. I like King. Like I said, I'm glad he was talking smack.
It was 10-9 to the last round, so it's a blow up. But I mean, it's not a huge blow up. It's not.
I guess.
It's not like 13-0 or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's literally the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, it was. I think the way I look at it is like, I mean, obviously King lost. In this case, he's the loser, but it was so close.
That was great.
Yeah, it was good entertainment. Both players are obviously great. There's no blow. Like if you have to blow it out, obviously it would be King. But like they both did their best, and honestly, could have gone either way. The last round can go either way. Maybe King lands the first hit, lands the first laser, and then he gets the stuff going. Like it could have happened. So I think with that in mind, you gotta give Cowboy lots of credit, and some of this stuff about which characters are broken. This has to stop. It's just ridiculous. At the end, players win because they're the better players. And now it's happening with Quan Chi. You have everybody in test your mind. Oh my God, dead down one. What are we gonna do? It's over. What happens in the tournament? Doesn't matter. Mike gets knocked down. He gets destroyed. Quan Chi still has the same weaknesses he's always had. So I just hope the community, understands this stuff and they take it easy. Because in the end, it's the players who win, not the characters. Even though, of course, tiers matter, I'm not even denying them, but it's just, again, frustrating to see that they're going after Quan Chi now. Idiots like I Got Hands and the other scrubs that follow him, test your might. It's just ridiculous. And that's something, I want to talk more about, because I don't like, how do you guys feel about Quan Chi? Do you think he's OP, or like, I mean, Slips, I know you played the game more, like, what do you think?
I just think he's dumb. He's just dumb, like stupid. I can understand why people hate him. Like he's stupid. Like you get hit and then it's vortex time. It sucks.
Yeah, but lots of characters can do the same thing to him, though, right?
Yeah, I mean it's just a dumb, boring design. It's like Killer
I know,
Frost.
yeah,
It's like a Killer Frost type design. Like, yeah, he's really good. He's probably top 5. Yeah, he's got a weakness. You knock him down, he's in trouble. But yeah, I mean it's also dumb when you get hit. I mean I understand why people hate him.
But it seems to me like a lot of the low and mid-level players, those are the ones who are the most vocal. Like you don't really see, I don't know, DJT, Tyrant, King, or any of the Yomi guys.
His weakness is obviously great enough to where he's somewhat balanced to a degree, I guess.
Well, if it were up to me, I would remove the the so-called unblockables. I would make the low bad hit mid, and I've mentioned this a million times in the forums already. And I'm a Quan Chi player. Like I would get rid of some of the stuff because I don't like it. But to overreact and say, he's broken, he needs to be nerfed immediately. You guys are just bad. You're bad players.
How dumb his design is not changed. Like he's not more broke. He's just slightly better.
Yeah, he may be just slightly as better defense, but that doesn't really mean anything when you get knocked down by Sonya and you gotta get twice as you're getting up, pretty much against any character, because he has no armor, you have to block a lot. Again, all the high level players, they understand how to beat him, players like Tyron, and I think he beat, referring back to, the Fall Classics, I think he beat Mike, with Jax. What happened? He caught him and he destroyed him, High level players understand how to take advantage of the character's weaknesses. And there's a lot of scrubs and test your might, low to mid level players who are complete fools. They don't understand how the character works, and their offense is not good enough. Their run counts are not good enough. Their hit confirming is not good enough. Their understanding of how to take advantage of somebody's defense was really bad. It's not good enough to win. That's why you guys are losing. Not because Quan Chi. You're losing because you suck. You're not losing because the character's OP. Granted, in some aspects, he definitely is. That's why you're losing. Level up and shut the fuck up. That's my final opinion on this. I'm serious. It's, again, does anybody find it ironic that they're targeting another zoning character in this issue? Again, another. I understand he's also a Vortex character, but that's just what the game is. They're targeting another zoning character. Scrubs can't stand. Like, they love doing the 50-50. Someone like Death. He loves knocking me down and going in with Sonya. He loves doing that. But when you do it to him, he cries. They're hypocrites, man. They are hypocrites. These rushdown fools are hypocrites. They love doing it to you. But when you put them in the same situation, they cry like girls because they can't handle it. Level up, man. Just level up and shut up about Quan Chi already.
My take on Quan Chi is he's dumb, but enough top players have used him to the point where he's not killing everyone. Like he's not dominating the entire scene. He's dumb, but I don't know. There's just not enough evidence yet.
Seems like he was more dominant early on, and now he's kind of falling off a bit.
Well, if you look at the top 8s, who usually places with him? Let's be serious. Michelangelo. Yeah, he's the best, and he's been doing it for a while. And he trains with the best. He's Yomi. Who's really the only? And to be also fair, you have King sometimes who uses them as a secondary, but King uses everybody who's top tier. So what else is new? It's really nothing new.
It's hard to say.
That's what I mean, though. Like, if it turns out to be this broken, immensely powerful character, yeah, we should nerf him, but there's no evidence for that. There just isn't. You look at the tournaments, look who's winning. It's Predator. It's DJT doing work with Tremor.
I have a question on that. Okay, so Predator is obviously, everybody's like, oh, he's top 3, he's fucking the shit. Predator can't get up either. So that's the same weakness that Quan Chi has. But Quan Chi also has a Vortex. So...
Well, I think
Predators is a little bit better, I think.
It is better, and even if you... Well, I think Quan Chi is better zoning. I think having an armor move that launches into 40% is better than having no armor move than having a 40 frame armor move that gets stuffed 90% of the time.
I think the difference is Quan Chi's armor, A, it's super slow, and B, it whiffs constantly.
And the hitbox is
So people can put stuff on top of him, and even if he guesses right, he's still gonna miss, and it recovers really bad. Whereas in Predators, it's not gonna miss. He's not gonna just fall through you and pop up on the other side like Quan Chi does. If your character doesn't move out of the way, then it's gonna hit you.
Yeah, but if you block, you're dead.
That's almost every wake-up attack in the game.
I just don't see how it's Predator's automatically, number 1 and Quan Chi's not.
Well, keep in mind that the EX Skydrop, the Quan Chi's teleport, it's 38 frames, I think.
Yeah, it's probably
Predator's 22, so that's huge. That's a huge amount of difference right there. And you saw Cowboy when he fought against King tonight, he kept getting hit by that EX stab, because that forward 4-1 from Shinnok is not fast enough on wake up. two hits, like, they're not as quick to stuff
Yeah,
the weak.
I was surprised King wasn't challenging him more with armor. I thought he should have.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like the armor move still works. Yeah, it's slow, but it still serves its purpose. Besides, it can also punish some fireballs, because it goes so far. So it's still, I would say, argue a lot better than anything Quan Chi has. It really is. So I think that's the main difference. But I would say that Quan Chi definitely has the better zoning and the better mix-up, though.
Doesn't one like Quan Chi variation have a Waken?
Yeah, it's the
Warlock
Warlock one.
Warlock, yeah.
But even that, it's similar to speed to the EX Predator stab. It's like, I think it's like 20 frames. Yeah, it's still like you can still stuff it. It's nothing amazing, but at least again, it's an option. It works. But in that variation, like his vortex is a lot worse. He can't doesn't have the armor or the bat to make himself safe as he can in those two other variations.
Have you seen that shit that Ketchup came up with like the double spell?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, they nerfed that already though. Like,
is it gone?
There's like a temporary fix to it where again, if you have two portals of the the two portals that give you chip, they're reduced now. It's just like a temporary fix until they patch the game again at a later time. But I think they fixed it. So that's already gone. But that was one hell of a discovery. Like I was like, two portals? Are you kidding?
Yeah,
Like,
it looks
what?
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, but yeah, man, this Quan Chi style. I just hope the community, like, we always say they're gonna learn, but of course they don't. It's always the same stuff, and we can just hope that the developers are not influenced by garbage, by trash that's posted online. I don't mind. It really is. I don't mind, like, if they, if the character's OP and they nerf him, that's fine. Like, it needs to be done for the betterment of the game, and I support that. But we shouldn't judge, of what irrelevant people think who will suck at the game. That's not how we should balance our games, because then they end up just being worse at the end. And I think that's the lesson here.
Well, you're in good shape so far because they buffed him.
Well, again, I would take away some stuff, like I said, but
I think making the bat mid is fair, like that.
Yeah, the little bat, you mean, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. Slips, what do you think about that?
It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks. Okay.
Well, Slips, what do you think about the recent patch, man? Are you what do you think about Scorpion? What did they do with him?
Nothing really changed. His forward 2 crushes lows now. That's kind of nice. It's 2 frames slower, but it doesn't seem to make much difference. So I guess overall it's a buff, but it's extremely minor. But I thought the patch was good. It started off a little rough with that run cancel shit.
Yeah,
and,
that was weird.
The Tanya throw and the Kano stuff, I guess. But
Kano got like hella buffed for one day.
Katana's
Took it
damage.
all away.
Katana's damage was messed up. But they fixed it all really quick. Like I remember I was mad because I like doing the run cancel stuff with Hellfire Scorp. Like it's my favorite thing to do, and I was like, man, like so I didn't play it for like a day, and I was like, man, I hope they fix that soon. Otherwise, like I don't sitting here doing ninjutsu combos all day is no fun. So they fixed it all pretty quick though, and then overall, yeah, outside of that, it's pretty good. A lot of interesting changes. Nothing really seems too bad. I mean, everything seems fine. It's got some crappy characters got buffed. It's much more interesting now.
It was a pretty major patch.
There wasn't too many ridiculous nerfs. I think everyone thought Shinnok got hit the hardest, but he's clearly still decent.
Well, I think Kung Lao got hit hard too. I mean, because that EX head spin has more pushback on blocks, so he can't, build as much meter and loop it as much as he used to be able to. So that's a difference. But for the most part, I would say, like, aside from maybe Shinnok, and I agree with you, I think he got hit the hardest. I think A lot of the other characters pretty much honestly play the same. In fact, like more variations are more useful. Like Gunslinger. Who the hell used Gunslinger with Water Pre-Patch? Nobody, right? It
Yeah.
was useless. But now, you have Sonic Fox using it, you have Cowboy experimenting with it, like I think just they made more variations, or at least they tried to make
Total Con,
Kotal Khan to make more variations.
Cryomancer.
Yeah, like he gets like 40% after everything right now. So that kind of stuff, and that's good to see.
I like the Spectral Ermac, like how we can do the combos now in the air. That looks tight.
I thought it was good. I thought the option select leaving. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I love
Overall,
that.
glad.
Is that because you're a Raiden hater, Slips?
I mean that hurt me too. Like I love the option select. I used it all the time with Scorp, so it's not like I wasn't affected. But I'd rather have mine taken away than have Raiden keep his. So yeah, I think it's a good thing.
I'm so glad they got rid of that shit. I hated it.
It was mostly used, I would say, like for Raiden. Like who else really benefited from it? Maybe
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero. I think Shinnok.
Melina.
Yeah,
Melina.
Shinnok. Even Quan Chi, honestly, with back 2 trance, it was kind of hard to do, but if you could do it, it was good. So I think those characters. I don't know. I think that's pretty much it, though.
Yeah, I thought it was good. The Dragonfire got fixed.
It did, but he can still, with meter, he can still go for the.
He's still good, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
he's
think
really
they did a good job. I think overall they just did a good job. They didn't overreact too much. I think, yeah, like we said, Shinnok probably the worst, but everyone else seems fine. So, kudos. I think the patch was good. Success in the end.
Who do you think got the biggest buff?
I mean, you mean who has moving up
Yeah, who
further on the tier list,
correct.
or
Yeah.
which variations got,
No, who like went from shit to the highest?
Goro?
Really?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, he's still shit.
Well,
Well, he did win a tournament.
I would say
Yeah.
Jackie. Jackie got massively buffed.
What'd they do to her?
Her specials can be cancelable. Her overhead and lows, I mean, you can special cancel them now.
Oh.
So overhead with
save.
meter, she can. So you guessed right, she can spend a bar, and then you have to keep guessing. You have to block another 50/50.
yeah,
So
she's
good.
Yeah,
She's extremely good.
yeah, you can do back 2 into the up rockets, and she's like plus 30, and then you can run up and do another mix-up, or you can do 1-2 1-2 cancel into the machine gun, and that's gonna do like must be at least 10% chip. I haven't like calculated yet, so it's really strong. Like she still has her old weaknesses, like she has her pokes are kind of slow and they have limited range, but
And stubby arms.
yeah, like that stuff. But she gained better offense.
Her ground pound's better now too,
Yeah, the
which
meter.
is that really helps.
Yeah, the meter burn version juggles. So and like they buffed her damage too. She can actually do more damage now, which I don't know why.
She's good.
Because she already could do so much damage.
She's really good now.
Yeah, she gets like 37%, I think, in meterless, something really close to that, which is really, really strong. It's really, really strong. So
Reptile got pumped. Maybe Reptile too.
The invisibility thing.
He's good. I mean, it's hard to say. There's a lot of characters that got pumped up. Maybe Kano, like the Commando one or whatever. Who knows? That's what makes it interesting.
maybe even Takeda.
Takeda got
Yeah,
buffed.
Ronan.
Who knows? Who
Ronan.
knows?
Yeah.
What about that? Have you guys heard about that block infinite? Like
Yeah,
that
Ronan has a block.
Ronan, yeah.
So I'm not really exactly sure because I think people can armor, some can backdash. It might be just character specific. I'm not really sure because you have you would have to test all the freaking characters, and I don't have that much time on my hands. But I do think it probably jails some characters better than others, because they made some of his normals slightly faster, which affects what you can interrupt with and what you cannot interrupt with. So that variation is a lot better, and his other variations got better too. So he's definitely stronger overall. So we said Sub-Zero, Takeda, Reptile, Kotal Khan,
Jackie,
Jackie, yes, Jackie.
Kano,
Kano got stronger.
Aaron Black.
Oh yeah, Aaron Black, Gunslinger. Actually, that might have received the most buzz because Gunslinger was pretty useless. You never saw that at a tournament ever. And now you have, possibly Sonic Fox using it as as his main variation, which is pretty interesting because that has some really good zoning now with the, with the guns in, in the stands and low gunshot. Hey, Slips man, low gunshot making a comment. Man. What do you got to say to that?
Hey.
That low gun I think actually does like close to 10%. The last hit at certain ranges you can armor through though. So, but I think there's a range where you cannot. So I may have to look into that, man. I may have to main Gunslinger just because of the
shots.
Yeah. I think the game is more fun. It's more interesting. There's more stuff to test. But at the same time, they didn't do anything crazy like to the point where they completely nerfed some characters or just gave somebody like the Bane treatment. Or maybe they did. We don't know yet. But
don't say that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think the game is a lot better, and I mean, you guys agree, right? Overall, the game is better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Venomous. What's her name? Devora too.
Oh yeah. They.
It's interesting. Like, that's the thing with like, I mean, like Yomi. Like, whenever we see like a tournament, Yomi's always there. So we pretty much only see like what Yomi thinks because, I mean, they have the most advantageous chance to like place. But I mean, there's plenty of good characters out there. When we get like Honeybee, like really starting to learn the matchups, people like Dizzy, like those character specialists. I think Yomi can only hold him down for so long. I mean, we'll see. It'll be.
That's you're bringing up a great point. That's another topic that like Cool Whip, and I saw a couple of other threads that people talked about. Is Yomi ahead? I think what people are really asking, is Yomi a good thing for the community? Because there's something we've never seen before. They're a professional group of players who literally play the game for a living. Now, I don't know about you guys. You know what I do, for my job, and I don't have time to do it. I know Slips, you're working. K79, you're working too. Like, not everybody, we're approaching our 30s or we're 30 already, and you don't have time to quit our jobs and play a, damn video game for a living. So, and these guys, they have the time. I mean, what do you think? Are they a good or bad thing for the community? And I don't mean this personally. Like, I'm just talking about them as an organization.
I see both sides of it. I mean, it kind of takes away the hype that MK9 had with all the different like local scenes feuding, and they come together at a major, and we're gonna see who's better, and all the the trash talk, and at the same time, like the streams. What really separates a major from a local when it's the same players, on stream both times. So it definitely hurts the hype, I think. But that's not necessarily their fault. I mean, anytime,
I think it's just there's just not as many people to root for because they're always getting in the top 8s. It's like you don't know as many players because they're dominating so much. It's like it's hard. You see a player on stream and it's hard to get hype for some of them because you don't even know who anyone really is because Yomi dominates so much. So a lot of these people that you see early on in the tournaments, you don't even really know who they are, or they're a legacy and they just haven't caught up to Yomi yet. So yeah, I mean that's true, but at the same time, you're seeing like really, really high level play at all times at every tournament. So I mean, there's no fraudulent majors. If you win a tournament, like it's legit, like it's real.
Yeah, if Yomi's there. It's going to be the highest level of play possible.
Like yeah, so whoever wins is no BS. Like there's no Joe Schmo getting in top 8, with I don't know, stunt double cage or something, and we have to talk about how stunt double cage might be a top 10 character or something. Or, maybe it is. Who knows? But you know what I mean, like. Just misdirection of talking points because some crazy guy got top 8 at a major / regional and people don't know what to label it, and so that roller coaster that we always used to go on that's gone. So I don't know. It's good and bad. It's
Actually, that's what I kind of like. And honestly, like, because I was honestly that type of player for MK9 because I was the guy who would get fifth, seventh sometimes. Why? Because I could. Because I didn't have to deal with professional players. Now the Sonic Foxes and the Boom Cowboys, and those kind of players, honeybees of the world, it probably doesn't affect them as much because they're naturally talented. They can overcome that. But maybe somebody, like look at Milky Gasm, he just did it. But can a player like that make top 8 with so many, Yomi players lurking around, in pools, top 16, the top 32 and whatever? I think that's who's getting hurt. It's not, you know, the Wound Cowboys and the Sonic Foxes in the world. It's those, like players who are trying to get to the next level, who are like high mid, if you will, who are trying to get to the top level. I think those are the players
well,
who are getting hurt the most.
I think it's good that they have a dose of reality. You don't get top 8 just because. You got to earn it. I
Yeah,
think
but
it's a good thing.
I mean, to get a top 8, you got to go through how many Yomi guys that play like
It
8
takes hard
hours a
work.
day?
Like we just saw Wound Cowboy do it. Like he did it. He devoted all of his spare time he could into it. He found someone who's plays Predator online. He learned the matchup, and I mean he's no different from any one of us or anyone out there. I mean they could do the same thing. So I think anyone can do it. It's just it's talent. B, it's hard work, and if you got to be talented and put in hard work to get a top 8 at a major, then hey, I like that. I mean, I don't know. I think it's good.
Do you think like
That's the
all
way it
the
should be.
other, you think like other like local scenes have fallen off because there's pretty much just Yomi. There's like, I mean, GGA is still going,
I just think
VSM's
it's gonna
dead.
take time. Like, I mean, Yomi, they're all top players, and that's the other thing. Most of their players are players that play multiple characters. A lot of them are MIT. He'll play like 20 characters. Forever King will play like 20 characters. Michelangelo is going to use, what he thinks is cheap and top tier. Plus, I mean, Rio is going to use like 20 characters. A lot of these guys are just use 20. So a lot of these guys can just pick like the top tier meta and just run meta 1 on, a bunch of scrubs, early on in pools, and then, I mean, they got a mage kind of in a little bit. So it's going to be a while before, the character loyalists and other scenes are able to catch up and, get used to all the shenanigans that they're using right now. Not saying that they're all using shenanigans, you know what I mean, but it'll be a while before the character knowledge levels out.
But I do think, like, as K7 said, like a lot of the hype, that we still have hype. There's plenty of stuff, to observe, to entertain us. But a lot of the hype is dead. Like, you don't have the perfect Legend against CD Junior storyline. The 16-bit against the CD Senior, who's the better katana. That kind of stuff. That's honestly almost dead. It's literally almost all gone. There's very, very few
It's mainly
storylines.
Sonic Fox versus Yomi, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but isn't that pathetic compared to like how MK9 used to be? Like,
It is.
I remember being, I think it was MLG Columbus or Raleigh, I don't remember, and I remember, it was CD Junior against Perfect Legend. I mean, people were just going crazy about that because they've wanted to see that for a long time, and it had finally happened. So that kind of stuff is almost dead. There's not almost none of
I
that.
think it's
It's
just
because of
coming.
Yomi.
Like it's just not here yet. Like we're just getting a taste of it now.
I know, but like New York. Imagine what kind of the scene they had for MK9, VSM, like so powerful. All the
Yeah,
players
they
were amazing,
dominated.
and they're
Everyone was
gone. Like Rio's in Atlanta. CD Junior is still bitching about Quan Chi on Twitter, I guess. And then
Nice.
and then I don't know. Like well, Maxter wasn't he at Summer Jam though? To give him credit, like I think he was
Yeah,
at
he
Summer
was.
Jam.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and I think he like got 9th or 13th. I don't remember exactly. But I mean, CD Senior, Maxter, Rio, and those guys in New York. I mean, they were super dominant MK9. Everybody respected them, and their scene is pretty much, disintegrated. It's gone. Partially because
Okay.
one of the best. Well, partially because one of the best players, is in Atlanta now practicing. So, and West, again, MIT, DJT, where they're now? They're in, they're in Atlanta. One of our best players, not the best player, is also in Atlanta right now. And Carl is there with him. So that really hurt our local scene, like not just ours, but everybody's in the entire United States. Like, best players are leaving, man, and it's hard to level up when you don't have the best player in your scene. That's just reality. So while I have a lot of friends at Yomi. They were here, like during the summer. They visit me a couple of times. But it's nothing personal. It's just about addressing the issue here. But there's definitely a dark side aspect of their organization. That's all I'm trying to say. Again, it's nothing personal. Just keeping it real, though.
I mean, I think it's pretty impressive what Reno has built. Like, from nothing, he created Yomi, which is like this giant force that's pretty much dominating MK. So you got to give him props for that.
No, I think
Yeah, I
everybody
think
does.
I
Yeah.
mean this is a road that no one's really been on. That what he's trying to do. So I don't think we should stop him or anything. Like I don't think we should look to more how this could be a good thing than a bad thing. What if Yomi is successful and what if he can get more players? What if becoming sponsored? What if that becomes a normal thing that you can just go somewhere and just play? Who knows? Like, I don't know.
Maybe it'll
That
be like
sounds
a,
great.
a
That
fucking.
sounds great. Why are we condoning
It'll
this?
be like a boot camp where you can like go there and
Is there
level
going to be tryouts like 10 years from now? Like, I don't know. Let them rock it. Like, I'm not going to hate on it. It's yeah. I guess it hurts the what was that thing that thread say the casual pro. Maybe it hurts them a little bit, but
Yeah, yeah.
hey, if they're living the dream and someone's gonna provide that dream for them, who's
Can
to
you?
tell them
I
no?
mean, can you imagine how awesome their summer must have been? Like just hanging around smoking weed all day, playing MK. I'm fucking jealous.
I think Slim's gonna go down there next. That's
Reno, bring us down there, please.
especially if they have weed down there. I know Slims is gonna be knocking on the door.
What?
No comment. We'll edit that out, don't worry. Sure.
I mean, yeah, I think there's good and bad things. Again, I think again, I got great friends down there, so it's not about being, it's not personal. But at the same time, I think you guys can understand how they're, in some ways hurting the community, hurting the players.
I think we're hungry for these feuds and this Cowboy King thing proved.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think everyone was pretty hyped for the Sonic Fox PL thing too, and that was a huge debacle.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about that?
That was
Is that the biggest blow up in history of NRS games?
I think so.
I-
I can't think of anything that's a bigger blow up than that.
I mean,
Even our Midwest versus VSM wasn't that bad.
yeah, you got some.
I got
games.
double babied.
You got some games though.
Jeez, yeah, at least we got some games.
I mean, what do you guys say about how do you address that? Like, what was
I mean,
what
props
was I thinking?
props for PL for showing up and giving his shot, but after 10-0, just shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know what you were thinking, dude. Like, just go off the stage and let it be.
Yeah,
what
that
happened
was
So what
out of
happened was after
control.
the 10-0, he went on the mic and I guess he said something and
He
It-
said I was expecting Aaron Black, not Katana.
okay, and
And
then
then-
he played.
He
Aaron
played
Black.
Aaron Black and it was 3-0.
How did he
Okay.
not expect that? Every time you see Sonic Fox play DJT or Foxy, he's using Katana.
That's a smart.
So I don't know
it's a
what he's
counter
talking
pick.
about.
I don't think it was character lock.
And speaking of Katana versus Kung Lao, was it the Fall Classic where
Yeah, Slayer beat him. Yeah,
Slayer beat
yeah.
Fox with Kung Lao. That's a statement there.
And it was right down to the last hit. He converted off a down four. He hit a down four, then an instant dive kick and converted.
It's nice. We're really starting to see like matchup knowledge and stuff starting to happen instead of just, spamming my cheap moves and my shenanigans and these, overpowered things we don't know what to do about yet. Like we're starting to see some intricate matchup knowledge being used in technology. I think it's only going to get better from here. I think it's going to get interesting.
Can we stop saying Katana is bad?
I think
Like-
that's been,
Like,
yeah,
Lau's boy, shut the fuck up with saying she's bad. I'm
I
just
don't
kidding.
think.
Go ahead.
I don't think she's bad, but at the same time, I don't see her as being top tier. Like, here's the deal. I think any character, and let's be honest with ourselves here. Any character who doesn't have stupid offense in this game cannot be top tier. The game is offense, man. Just look at the game. Look at the way it's played. You need offense. You need run cancels. You need a move that's, an EX move, something that's plus. You need vortex. You need 50-50 mix up. If you don't have it, you cannot be top tier in this game. It's as simple as that. And Kitana, she does have 2-1, which I think is like +2. Correct me if I'm wrong. +2, +3, whatever it may be. So that's good. But she is not on the same level as, like Predator or Aaron Black or Quan Chi or any of those characters. I mean, can we agree with that?
Yeah, she's probably the next tier down.
Yeah. So
That Liu Kang tier.
even think Liu Kang is. I think he's. People don't understand like that forward 2, 1, 3. Fireball can. That's still jails. That's like prepared Scorpion. People are not aware of that because they don't do their research. But that is actually plus. In fact, it's so plus you can't armor, you can't backdash. So he builds a lot of meter spamming that. I mean, Slips, how does that make you feel, man? Scorpions goes away and this character's, Kang has pretty much the same thing, more or less, in terms of pressure.
No, it's fine.
Well, he can do it, like 3 times?
I'm more than happy with Scorpion. He doesn't have teleports, he doesn't have vortexes. He doesn't have 50-50s like Scorpion, so I don't mind it. I thought it was too much for Scorpion to have all that anyway, so.
Yeah, that's true. So a lot of people don't understand, like, Kang, I think, is pretty. He could be top 10, I think. It's not. And I'm
I don't
not
think
sure
anyone
why
knows
Zyph-
anything anymore. If you were to ask me for the top 5, I would have no idea.
Yeah, we gotta give it.
All I know is Predator. Probably Predator. And then we just saw the best Predator get mopped up 10-0.
Yeah, by
No, not 10-0. Sorry, 10-9.
10-0. What? What were you watching, man?
But yeah, who knows? No one knows anything, I don't think, anymore.
Well, of course, it's difficult to say, but I think you can kind of say like which characters are stronger than others. I think I do.
All I
think
know is
that's-
Predator. I still think Jax is really good.
Yeah, Jax.
Other than that, I guess Devora still.
Yeah, Devora,
Guess
Cassie,
G and Tanya.
Tanya. Cage is very strong. Aaron Black is very strong.
Who knows?
Yeah, like
Hmm.
you have many characters that that are still strong.
Pick who you like.
What about Tremor, guys? Is he top 10?
He could be top 5.
He's very good.
He's extremely good.
He's not abysmal.
Yeah, Dave, that's a blow up.
Do you feel stupid, Dave, about saying it?
Honestly, I'm so used to getting blown up in my life, so I'm not really, I'm I'm gonna do something right. I have to apologize to Revolver. Actually, I said Crystalline was a gimmick, but I don't think it is. That low launcher with the meter burn. I forgot what it's like that low launcher in the Crystalline. It launches. It's really good. It's not very fast, but launches. It's plus on. He has an armored launch that is plus on block.
And it's a low.
It's a low, and the hitbox is really good on it. And actually, I'm doing it right now. It hits from very far away, and you get like 33% plus. If you want to spend another buy, you can get like 40 plus. So it's really strong.
How
So that
fast is it?
It's like I think it might be like 19 frames or something like that, maybe
That's
20.
good.
Yeah, it's really like you can still beat it on Wake Up if you have like fast hitting moves, but you know, it's the point is like you use it in footsies. People stick out a poke, they stick out a limb, and they're getting launched. It's you know, it's really strong. I like it. Plus, you have some other, and in fact that that move used to be plus 10, pre-patch. So
Plus 10.
they used to have he used to have a plus 10 low launcher that reached like like almost half speed. So
With armor. Get the fuck out of here.
yeah, so it was I've been using Tremor a lot recently, probably more than Quan Chi. I still don't think he fits my style, but I'm honestly just studying Yomi tapes and looking at DJT and trying to emulate it. Of course, I still get blown up, but I'm really having a lot of fun using him though. I really am.
Yeah, I mean DJT's been using him a lot. And he's fun to watch.
Yeah, that character's hyped to watch. He's got like 10, 15 brutalities.
His brutalities are awesome.
Yeah, I love that. My favorite has to be the one with the
Oh, where it touches the ground.
Yeah, with the EX ROM pulse. I love that one. That one's amazing.
That's
But guys, just to keep the Tremor discussion going here, you know what I got for you, right? You gotta know this. You know what I got for you?
The joke of the week.
Yeah, the joke of the week. You guys want to hear it?
Let's hear it. Let's
hear it. Here we go.
Wait. Now, is this from you or is this from?
I was gonna give.
Okay, go.
Just hear me out on this. This is from Wow Big Gulps. What's Tremor's favorite movie of all time?
Tremor.
The
No.
Rock.
Rocky.
Oh God.
I don't know. I think,
What kind of reaction was that, dude?
That was terrible.
yeah, that
It
was.
was terrible. You didn't like it?
No.
No? Oh man.
Well,
But to my credit, it wasn't mine. Again, it's from
Okay.
Wild Big Gulp. So do I get a pass on this one?
Get half of a pass.
Okay, all right. I guess I'm gonna have to try better on the next episode. But there you guys go, man. Tremor jokes. I just love.
What did you say, Slips? You said Trimmers.
Yeah, I thought that would be a better
That Kevin
pick than
Bacon
Rock.
movie. That's a tight movie.
Tremors was good.
With worms under the ground.
That was a good movie.
Dude, that movie freaked me out when I was a kid. I thought there was really those worms.
What?
They would just bust out of the floor and eat me, like at any time.
You're an idiot.
I was like 8 years old.
I think the movie that scared me the most was Child's Play when I was growing up.
Oh, the first one? Yeah.
Yeah, that freaked me out
That's a
bad.
fucked up movie.
Because I wanted to play with my toys and I was scared to play with them. I didn't know what to do with my life. It was weird.
What toy were you scared of? Like all of them?
I was like, all of them. I was just like, man, like, who knows? Like, I had to put all my like school books on top of my toy box.
You think they'd come alive at night?
Yeah, I was messed up. I was too young for that shit. That movie freaked me out. When I saw Jaws, I was kind of scared as a kid. Now I
Yeah.
just think it's great.
Jaws is great.
I thought The
remember
Ring
being
was kind of
The
The Ring was kind of freaky. That was a good thriller.
That one didn't get me. I remember with Jaws, like being in a swimming pool, afraid a shark was gonna eat me.
Is it just me or like horror movies not what they used to be, or is it just?
Well, I think you're just older. It's harder to
I
get.
think you're just older, yeah, and you're just more immune to stupid shit. Plus, I think a lot of movies rely on like CG now, and it's just not the same.
Well, I saw the
It's hard
new
to be scared of
Poltergeist.
CG thing, you know?
I saw the new Poltergeist remake. Oh, it's fucking terrible.
Really?
Yeah, they ruined that classic.
What? No kidding.
Don't even bother watching it. Like the original's great, but the new one's just shit. It's all CG. PG-13.
Did you like Blair Witch?
It was alright.
I didn't get it.
The first time I saw it, it was alright.
I think it was just more of the marketing that made that interesting, because everyone thought it was real.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
I don't know. I just feel like they're not what. Maybe I'm older. Maybe I just feel like a lot of them rely on like just kind of like grossing you out instead of actually scaring you. Do you know what I mean? Like Like I want to be scared, and
I don't like gore. Yeah, like
yeah, that's what I mean. Like
making me turn away from the screen isn't scaring me. It's just gross.
exactly like that's not.
Like the psychological
Yeah.
thriller. Yeah. What's the last like really scary movie you've seen?
I don't even remember, dude.
I I thought the one that was I mean I said it, The Ring. I thought Funny Games was a really interesting thriller.
What? I didn't like that. It's like
You didn't like Funny Games?
no,
That was
that they
that was
annoyed the
tense.
piss out of me. Like these guys are gonna tie us up and be polite to us.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The end was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it was messed up.
Nah, it didn't really scare me though. I'm trying to think of one that got to me.
Actually,
But
like
I thought The Ring scared, like, it didn't scare me, but I was a little freaked out. The Ring was the first movie that came along in a long time that there wasn't a reason that this, like, ghost or phantom or whatever was, like, killing people. Like, it just, like, killing people. Like, that hadn't been done in a long time. And I think after The Ring, like, all the movies started coming out then.
Actually, like if I want to get scared, honestly, I'll play some really good video games. The latest one that I played was I don't know if you guys ever played it. I played on PS4, but it's also available on PC. It's called Outlast.
I've heard of that. I haven't played it.
It's honestly one of the most disturbing games I've ever played. Like they literally like show torture, and this guy is trying to cut this guy's penis. I mean, it's just literally. And
What?
Ducky would probably love this, but it's literally like. I'm thinking like, what the hell am I playing here? This is just disturbing. And of course, Master D plays it too, and like you were like, oh man, this game is just fucked up. But it's just basically like this guy like he's in a like a mental asylum, and and these guys just do some really like just messed up stuff, and that's honestly like the most scared that I've been. It's not even a movie; it was just a damn video game. So. That's how badly these, modern horror movies have failed, in my opinion.
You remember the first time you saw Exorcist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. It was on video. I watched it on video, like in the dark when I was like 12.
Oh, that was smart.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Really?
Yeah, and the one I watched was actually the one with like deleted scenes in it, like when she walks down the stairs all like contorted.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad. The one that really got me was Day of the Dead, like the '80s zombie movie.
Really?
You ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
It's
I
pretty.
saw the remake, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, it's similar to that. It's just more gory. Zombies used to really freak me out.
I like the moral dilemma of zombies, but it kind of gets old after a while. Like,
What do you mean moral dilemma?
just like they're kind of like people, but they're not because they're dead. Like if it's your mom or your sister or some shit.
Oh, like where they?
Like that's
yeah.
I could see like that's pretty messed up. That's pretty interesting.
If 16-bit came back as a zombie, would you shoot him in the head?
Yeah.
Would you hesitate?
No, probably not. Like, dang, that sucks.
Okay.
Just be like, I mean,
Like Katana.
you're not air fanning anymore, are you? Jeez.
No more down ones, bitch.
Well, actually, like, so I think it was the last episode. Remember how you went on about the Star Wars, the prequel and stuff like that? You went insane. Remember that?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, and honestly, I was offended by that. Because
What?
I think let me tell you this. Because I do think in some ways the prequel is, in some ways, better than the sequel.
Oh God, stop.
I'm serious, man.
I don't
Okay,
know about that.
Oh,
hold on a minute. Hold on a
jeez.
minute. Let me just say this. We all don't like how like when Darth Vader like the suit scene where he's like no, remember that stuff?
Yeah.
Well, who else says no in the sequel? And it's literally just as corny and cheesy. I am your father. No! Seriously?
Luke.
Why does everybody criticize, on Anakin
Luke's
Skywalker.
the light side, though. It's okay for him to do it. It's okay for him to show some emotion.
But it
And
seems like a double
that's
standard.
pretty
Though.
traumatizing.
I know it is, but it's like
It's
but
fucking Darth Vader. He doesn't give a
Yeah, in the beginning, he just turned. Like literally, that's
Yeah,
like
he was
out
still
to the dark
Anakin.
side. He's
yeah,
done. He shouldn't care about pussy.
That was the last bit of his life.
yeah. That was like that. They considered the last bit of like Anakin Skywalker.
Stupid. Dumb.
So, are you comparing Empire to Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah, are you really doing
I don't think you can.
I
do that.
think. Can I say something without getting blown up, please?
Maybe.
Okay. I think Revenge of the Sith is the best one in the entire series.
No.
I'm sorry, I just do.
So,
I just-
TYM, we are now taking applications for new hosts.
Think about
You
it.
just send us a PM.
Outline your
Consider you.
qualifications.
Send your resume.
Send your best Star Wars movie.
Well, think about it. It has Yoda against Darth Sidious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's everybody had wanted to see that for a long time. We had, we had Obi-Wan against Anakin or Darth Vader.
Yeah, in the
It
lava.
explains exactly. It explains Darth Vader. Who is this character? Who is this, behind the mask? Why is he like this? What happened? Like, it explains almost the entire, Star Wars. And Star Wars is really about, Anakin Skywalker and, his life and what happens after and, like that kind of, it explains everything. So it's actually like the most influential episode in the entire series when you look at it. It explains everything that happened in the sequel pretty much.
I like Episode 3. I think a case can be made for it being better than Return of the Jedi,
What?
but not the first two.
Okay, now we need 2 resumes.
No, come on. Return of the Jedi is not
And you
that
host,
great.
ladies and gentlemen.
Are you insane? Return of the Jedi is great.
It's okay.
It's great.
It's no Empire.
How many trilogies do you know where the third movie, not only did it not suck, but it actually brought closure to the trilogy to where you were at the point where like, dang, it's over. That was all good. Every single movie was good. Name another trilogy. Name one.
The Matrix.
I rest my case.
No, I mean, I
Return of the
thought
Jedi is good. It's a good movie. It's
it
great.
has good parts, but the shit with
Good
the
parts.
Ewoks.
Starts off with Leia in a fucking bikini.
Well,
That's how it
awesome.
starts. It starts off with fucking Luke showing off that he's a fucking Jedi now. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone. He takes out Jabba. We know that he's the real deal at that point. Like, that's how the movie starts off. Luke Skywalker's a fucking Jedi. Then the rest of the movie is unbelievably epic. Easily the best, like, space battle that we've seen in Star Wars, period. Between the Death Star, the destroying the shield on that moon on, what was it, Yavin or whatever? No, not.
Yeah.
I forget. Endor. And then the lightsaber duel, like, that's insane. That was brilliant.
No.
The family and mystique of the Force is the decision between the Empire and the Rebels. Everything's being decided right there. It's amazing. What are you talking
You
about?
have the fucking Empire getting defeated by teddy bears with fucking logs and pebbles.
But
Get the fuck out of
that's
there.
like the marketing to to
Yeah,
There's
it's supposed to be bookies. That was the first time we saw George Lucas starting to crack under, I just want money.
there was
Well,
an obvious.
even Jar Jar Binks was like just
Yeah, I mean,
That's
by the time the
stupid
prequel
shit.
came out, he was just all in. I just want as much money as I possibly can get. I don't care about the integrity of the show at all.
Yeah. I would
The
say
Ewoks was like the first time like we saw like him sacrificing creativeness and pride.
and that was a huge part of the movie.
I mean, just imagine them being Wookiees and it's the same damn thing. It's fine.
Well, I could accept if they were Wookiees.
Well, Slips, like, do you at least see where I'm coming from? Like, Revenge of the Sith is literally like all serious for the
Entire
most part. Like,
prequel
there's
is
no
terrible.
bullshit. There's no
Shit
bullshit
on
metrics.
everything that we knew about the original trilogy.
How?
What character did not get ruined? Name a character that did not get ruined.
Why? So Darth Vader got ruined because he said no? Who cares?
Darth Vader got ruined because he's incredibly lame. He was never great to begin with. He was never even that great. Why was he a legend when he didn't do shit? He sucked balls. He got
Well,
he
first
got
of all, hold on.
owned.
Well, okay,
He's lucky he
we will
kept
always
that
agree
his
to disagree.
defense.
I'm talking about like,
He probably would have been better off keeping Darth Maul.
dude, he got
Watch
killed.
out. He got wrecked in the first.
He got wrecked, man. He jobbed. He was made to
got
job.
jobbed.
The point is this. Here's the point. It
He
gives
actually beat Obi-Wan. Can we talk about that? Fucking Anakin at the height of his dark side and the height of his talent in his fucking prime gets his back blown out by Obi-Wan.
well, actually,
Meanwhile,
they were
Darth
going
Maul
even until
beat
he
the shit
made
out
the
of
wrong
Obi.
decision. That's
Obi-Wan was his
Went off
master.
bullshit shenanigan rage mode shit.
Well, it happens. He's young. He was arrogant. That's how he was portrayed. It made sense. He was, portrayed to be this arrogant, young Jedi, with highly skilled, but arrogant and inexperienced to some extent. That's why he lost the fight. He didn't lose the fight because he wasn't great in terms of, like his knowledge of the Force.
Obi-Wan.
I just like the fact that like even Darth Sidious, my favorite character. Like they explain why he looks hideous, why his face is like that.
I didn't even like that explanation. Why not? I just liked it better when he just looked fucking old as fuck. Maybe he looks like that because he's a super fucking old, and he can use the Force to prolong his life. Like I didn't even care about. Was anyone's big complaint about Return of the Jedi? Man, that Emperor guy. Why does he look like that? Are you serious?
I know what people wanted to know. Like
No one cared.
I cared.
That's your reasoning for. That's your reason why Revenge of the Sith is better than Jedi? Are you serious?
No, it's not just one aspect. Again, as Kay said, it was a serious episode. Like there was
It was good.
no fluffy. There was no nothing soft.
Anakin's character, we found out, was a huge bill of goods. We found out Yoda was a huge bill of goods.
No.
Why?
How did they run Yoda?
Yoda, he contradicted himself.
How?
How?
That's another example of why the prequels. Why are we talking about this? We've been over this.
I know you, and your point sucked. That's why we're talking about it.
No. It's another example of the prequels shitting on the original lore of the original trilogy. Yoda said, like, it's not about brawn. It's not about how, great you are with the lightsaber. It's about your knowledge of the Force. It's mainly about your knowledge of the Force. And then fucking Dooku apparently knows just as much as Yoda, so they had to go to a lightsaber. So in the end, it is about brawn, and it is about how good you are with the lightsaber. It was complete bullshit. Lucas was just like, man, people would love to see Yoda fight. Yeah, that's great. How would he fight? We'll just give him a lightsaber. Oh, great. Creative thinking there. Just give everyone a fucking lightsaber. It was stupid. Everyone had lightsaber. It was dumb.
Well, that was an older, wiser Yoda. We saw the young Yoda fight. So it makes sense. Like, he hadn't learned that lesson yet.
I know, but
You act like 200 years passed. It's like 30 years later.
It was a long 30 years.
Oh, he's so much wiser now. It's
A lot of shit went down.
years. Not
Dude,
even
Slips,
30,
if
it's
I-
20.
dude, Slips, if I was 30 years older, I probably wouldn't have made the Tremors abysmal threat, man.
There you go.
People live and learn, dude.
That's
Every
right.
character was worth. Every character.
And
got made.
I wouldn't have cried low gunshots for like, a year.
Remember
The point
in the
is,
first original trilogy when Obi-Wan's just like, oh, Anakin was such a good friend. He was a good friend. Like, you really felt like he lost someone there. Where in the frickin' prequels did it actually look like they got along? Like that one part where they're in the elevator, like going up, talking about how Anakin saved him from those batches of gun doors or shit. Like that summed it up. That was the height of their friendship. That's terrible. Every character, 3PO got ruined. 3PO was made by Anakin. Wouldn't Darth Vader have recognized 3PO in the desert in A New Hope? Oh, this is the fucking Android that I made when I was a fucking child.
Well, they all
I know,
look
but
the
you're
same.
picking-
3PO was everyone.
You're picking like bits and
Everyone
pieces. I'm
just got
talking.
fucked. Everyone's fucked. There's midi-chlorians now too. Midi-chlorians
stupid.
determine if you are good with the Force or not. It's not about how much you meditate or whatever the fuck it takes. It's all predetermined now. It's crap. The entire prequels are crap. Why are we edit this out? Edit all of this out. As fucking idiot.
No, dude, because I kept thinking about it. I know you're hard on the prequel, and honestly, I was like, dude, I was bored at work. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna present a rational argument to Slips, and I hope he doesn't go insane. Obviously, it failed,
Yeah.
but
You guys are morons.
dude, you can nitpick everything. I'm saying, like, for me, it tells the story of how, and even if you listen to Lucas, that's how he explains it. He wants to tell the story: who is Darth Vader, who's Darth Sidious, who are these characters. It's about the character development, and for the most part, that to me makes sense. It makes
Darth
sense.
Sidious was done good. That was the only good thing.
So it
Darth
tells.
Vader was a huge bill of goods. That's what we found out. That Darth Vader fucking sucks. That's all we found out. Thanks. Shitty prequels. They are terrible. I'm just hoping that the new one's just decent.
I think they're gonna be good.
I think it's gonna be good. I think they're gonna make tons of money too.
Dude, you know that Rogue Squadron 1? Do you know what that's about?
No.
That's like where the squad like steals the plans for the Death Star.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be that whole backstory.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome.
That is cool. When's that come out?
The year after Episode 7. For the next, like, there's gonna be a Star Wars movie every year for the next, like, 7 years.
Are you serious?
I don't
Yeah.
know that. Are you sure it's not every 2 years?
Well, the main ones are gonna be every 2 years, and then they're gonna do the, like, standalone series in between those.
Man, that's awesome.
They're doing a Boba Fett, a Han Solo one, and the Rogue.
Han Solo. How can they do that? The dude's almost dead.
They're doing a young Han Solo,
That's
like
dumb.
the young
Boba
actors.
Fett.
Yeah, Boba Fett,
He is super popular for some reason.
because he looks badass.
I guess.
I think honestly, like, talking about marketing to kids, like, they love that type of stuff. Let's be serious. Like, they
No, yeah, I'll probably see him. Fuck it. I'll definitely see that Rogue Squadron thing. I love the vehicles of Star Wars. They got the coolest designs.
Well, this one's gonna be set like in the same times as the old movies, so like everything's gonna look authentic.
Are there any characters from the new episode that you think you're hype about, you're looking forward to?
Kylo Ren looks badass.
Slips, what do you think? Or is he
I
gonna,
don't-
like, quote unquote
I-
suck balls?
Yeah.
I haven't really. I'm trying to stay away from it as much as possible. I don't want.
Why?
I want to be completely blown away.
You will be. I know a little bit about the story. Like, I won't go into it, but it's good.
Yeah, don't spoil
It
it.
ties in directly to Empire. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be very good. Like, I would be, because they can't disappoint. If they disappoint, people are gonna riot, man. They're gonna people be on the streets, man. I'm telling you, they can't.
I
They
mean,
can't mess this up.
you've seen the trailers and stuff, though, right?
Yeah, I've seen, and they're like hiding a lot of information. It's like hard to get
Yeah,
information.
they're not showing a lot.
It's interesting.
They know they don't have to either. They're doing it right.
Yeah, they don't
All you
have
need to know is that there's another Star Wars movies coming out. Don't fucking do anything dumb.
Have you seen that new game, the new Star Wars game coming?
Battlefront.
Yeah, that looks tight.
I'm really tempted. Really
I'm
tempted.
gonna get it. It's EA. That kind of worries me.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think are there any other movies you guys are looking forward to? What about the Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse?
No, I saw that what Apocalypse looked like, and I was like, this sucks. Like, he looks like Ivan Ooze.
That's what people were
Have you seen that picture of it? Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
terrible.
Why does it matter though how he looks like?
I mean, I'm sure it'll be okay.
I don't know. X-Men hasn't been good for a while.
Yeah, the last X-Men, the Days of Future Past, it was all right, but it just didn't do it for me.
I thought First Class was very good though.
First Class was good.
I thought the height was X2, and
Yeah,
then
for sure.
it hasn't been the same since
X3,
X3 destroyed everything.
Exactly.
What do you guys think they could do better? Just you guys don't like the story, or do you think it should be more action oriented? I mean, what's
It's too revolved around Wolverine.
Well, I like
they have to have like every time you hear the directors talk about it, they're saying like he's the most popular character that the general audience can identify with. That's the reason why he's like that. Like I guess it's hard to sell Cyclops. Like
Well, Cyclops is just a normal ass dude. Like, why can't they?
He's like a goody
Wolverine's a
two-shoes.
fucking
maybe they just haven't
douchebag. What's that saying?
I think they like the fact that he's kind of like a badass. Like he's good.
I mean, they're shoving him down our throat. It's like he already has his own movies. Dude, the X-Men movies need to be revolved around him too. Like, I don't know.
I don't know either. Go ahead.
They need to make it more like the comic book. I want to see like the '80s version of the X-Men.
A lot of the characters got normalized. Honestly, like, dude, I'm serious. Like, you watch Magneto in the movies, like, in the cartoon from the '90s, dude. The guy zones you, man. You can't get in. And when you get in, he puts like the force field, which he can't even do in the movies. He can't even do like in.
Yeah, he doesn't have that like.
Even in the Evolution series, like, he can't do that. But in that, like, you can't do anything, man. As Carl would say, you have no options against that guy.
No options.
So like in that respect, and I think even like Charles is extremely powerful. Like it's just almost absurd. Like he can control others, can make time stop almost. Like it's just ridiculous. And a lot of the stuff he can't do in the movies, because I think it would just be like it would be so stupid that I guess they can't implement it into a storyline, I guess. So it is very different. But I still enjoy it for what it is, though. So I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Oh, the big movie's coming out. It's Batman vs Superman.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be pretty. Deadpool, Ghostbusters, which I don't know about that one. It's like an all-female
That's
Ghostbusters.
gonna be crap.
Yeah.
Slips, are you looking forward to the Superman Batman movie?
Not really.
Why not?
I wasn't too impressed with that new Superman, and Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm not really feeling.
Why? I think it's a good choice.
Ben Affleck?
Affleck.
I don't know. I like Batman when he's like, played by someone who's somewhat athletic, I don't like the George Clooney type Batman.
Ben Affleck's not athletic enough.
He's just like a normal ass dude. I don't know.
He's a big dude.
This doesn't fit for me.
Who would you cast as Batman?
I don't know. There's not a lot of good action stars these days. Maybe I'm just old.
Well, why didn't I forgot his name. Why didn't the previous actor return?
Christian Bale.
Yeah. Why isn't he coming back?
His deal expired, and they just had to get someone new. He wanted too much money or something.
It would make sense for it to be him, because
I mean, they got Affleck. He signed on for 3 movies, so.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling him all that much, but I do think it should probably.
When I think badass, I don't think Ben Affleck.
I like Ben Affleck.
I mean, if he's going to be the next Batman for the next 3 years, like, I don't know, that's not working for me. Ben Affleck is the super badass.
But is Batman badass though? Like Batman is this calm.
Batman is a fucking badass. Yes.
I seem like it's this calm, like this calm, collective. He is, but at the same time, like you need somebody who has,
You can't take on superheroes and not be a badass.
But I know, but Batman is also smart. He's very intelligent. So you need an actor who can portray those characteristics.
It's not Ben Affleck.
It may not be.
Quit saying his name.
I'm just
Say
saying.
his name.
No, he may be right. It may not be, but I'm just saying.
I don't know. It's not my job to come up with the casting for the new Batman Superman movie. I'm just saying I'm not feeling Ben Affleck.
My big problem was I'm worried they're gonna like try to fit too much into it because they already got Wonder Woman, fucking
It
Aquaman,
sounds like a
Cyborg. Yeah, like they're trying
sounds
to fit.
it sounds like DC's coming out party. Like they're coming up with a bunch of their
Yeah,
own.
they're
They're
Yeah.
trying to do their Avengers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
There's
But
rumors
what do you guys
that
think?
Doomsday is gonna be in it too.
Yeah, I really don't care too much about him. How do you guys think Aquaman looks? I think he looks amazing.
He looks pretty cool.
Yeah. You think Tom's gonna be happy?
I don't think he'll be happy.
Theo might be.
No, I just thought like he looks like people make, a lot of the Aquaman jokes like in Family Guy and like, all the media like, but when you look at that and you're like, dude, there's nothing funny about this guy. He just looks badass. And that's very good to see. We have to see whether he's also broke in the movies. We'll have to find that out,
They made
But-
it really like powerful in the comics now.
Oh really? What can he do?
You can like talk to fish.
Dude, get out of here. No, seriously, what can he do? if
I
he's-
don't know. I just heard he's really powerful. I don't read comics now.
Dude,
How
Aquaman?
much chip
Yeah.
does he?
Well, he's got almost Superman strength. He's super strong.
Yeah, he's like up there.
He's got
He can
Superman strength.
control like the tide. Like I think he can control water pretty much. He got
Can't- Can
Yeah, I
you
don't think
control
you
like the
control a lot of
water in your
fish.
body?
no.
That
You're
would
thinking
be
Iceman.
broke, dude.
You're thinking
That
Iceman.
would be broke.
I think it's only salt water he can control.
Oh, okay. How much chip does he do in the comics?
Yeah, does he have Trident Rush?
Yeah, does he have that? Does he have from the deep? Can he? When you're like hitting him in the face, can he block the next attack if he's on the ground? That kind of stuff.
Just from the deep tracks.
Yeah. Dude, even in Injustice, man, he looked pretty damn cool. Like people hate on him, Well, obviously because he was just overpowered, but he was. I like having him in the game, man. He stopped the scrubs better than anybody. He stopped the scrubs from jumping. He stopped the scrubs from moving forward. He stopped the scrubs, even the scrubs from zoning. I love that character, man. He was really
I think
impressive.
everyone was sold on Aquaman once they saw his super. Once everyone saw his super, they're
His
like,
super
"Holy
was cool.
crap!"
Yeah, all the sharks and shit.
But Slips, did you like Aquaman in Injustice?
Yeah, it was cool. He was one of the first characters I was playing with.
I'm talking about gameplay wise. Did you like his gameplay?
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Because people usually like, they complain about.
Yeah, he's broke, but yeah, he's cool.
How can you not like him? He has like a massive footsies, like normals.
Yeah, that's what MK10 is
His
missing.
combos are cool. Like, he's fun. I mean, he's not fun to watch, but he's fun to watch, kind of.
Yeah,
Damage is just out of control.
Yeah, winning by chip damage over and over again is really awesome.
yeah. Well, I think
I
that's
mean, he was overpowered, but it's funny. It's Aquaman.
like a strict like defensive footsie character. That's what this game needs, man. It would be
Yeah,
Nice
it's
to see some-
definitely more offensive based.
well,
Do you
just
mi-
like
I mean,
yeah.
do you guys miss Injustice?
Well, I know probably Slips doesn't.
Yeah. You miss that Scorpion?
Yeah, he's still like probably blaming me. He's like, man, Dave, that son of a bitch, different Scorpion.
I mean, I actually loved Deathstroke. I loved playing with Deathstroke. He was super fun to play with.
You prefer steel or lead?
I liked Scorpion, when he was good, but
For that week.
yeah. But yeah, after that he was unplayable, but I still did enjoy Deathstroke. There was a few characters that I liked playing, so. But it was
yeah,
fun. It was fun, but I don't know. It had its flaws. It's definitely not as bad as the rap that it got.
I think the main thing is the movement was
The
just really
movement,
stiff.
yeah.
No,
There was a lot of
yeah.
positive that came out from that game.
Yeah, I think NRS learned a lot from it. It shows. One thing that I think NRS does not get credit for is the interactives or like the interactables are perfect in this game. I think they got that 100% correct.
Yeah,
Like,
I think so.
they're not overly powered, but they can make a difference if you're smart.
I do expect them to be better if there's an Injustice 2. They're almost irrelevant in this game. There's
Well,
a
honestly,
few good ones, but most of them
There's
are
like
bad.
corner escapes are good.
were they even in Injustice? Were they really that good? Like we know who took advantage of them, like to a absurd extent.
Well, obviously you do.
Well, obviously, but I'm like saying, well, that's what I mean. Like it was honestly only Martian who was just as stupid with them, and Zod who got him for free. Like I think everybody else, more or less, like you could dash under them. Sometimes you can jump back. It was these off the ground setups. Zod's BS, with the trait where he locks you down and you have to eat like two of them in a row.
So
I thought they were cool. Like overall, I kind of liked them. Yeah,
I think the only thing that messed up was the movement. I don't know why they would limit, them to
they
such
were
extent.
really bad early on. Obviously, like they made the game dumb.
those drones,
The drone,
Yeah, that was
light
just silly.
fixture.
the splash damage.
Once everything got fixed, I thought they were kind of hype. Yeah,
I think the power characters had an obvious advantage though.
yeah, there's no question.
Yeah, for sure. I do think it was a good game. I just wish the movement, had been a little bit better. I think that if the movement had been better, a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of the nerfs that they did, like, some of the nerfs that they did, some characters they wouldn't have, they would not have had to do. But it is what it is. I enjoy it for what it was, and I just like Zod. He's just such a badass in the game. He's like so arrogant. He's a villain. It's just, and he's obviously top tier, so that's what that's what makes it worth it. I had a lot of fun with it, and I miss it.
What are you guys thinking for MKX? Who do you think is? Who do you guys? So I mean, there was that thread that started it all. Who are the top 5 players? Who do you guys think are the top 5 players?
Like currently,
Yeah,
Sonic Fox, King, Cowboy, DJT,
And MIT. I mean, is that
MIT. I was thinking him or maybe Honeybee. I don't know.
that 5th spot's a question. Yeah,
Yeah, MIT's definitely up there, but he hasn't won a tournament yet.
Yeah, those happens like things he's in DJT's shadow because DJT has won a major.
Oh,
and-
I got my fifth. I got my fifth. How
Go
about
ahead.
see Grandpa?
Or you're going with the European? Interesting.
Yes, because he's just been wrecking shit over there.
I don't know. I will still go with MIT. I think what MIT does with Tanya, like nobody else does. Like a lot of people quit her because they think she's bad or whatever. But he's doing some serious damage. He's locking down people. He's doing stuff that nobody else is doing. Now I would go with the same list. I think a more interesting question would be who is the best player at the moment. What do you guys think about that? Is it King? Is it Cowboy? Is it DJT? Or is it somebody else?
Before a couple
Sonic
months
Fox.
ago, yeah, before a couple months ago, I'd say Fox, but he's kind of
I think it's Fox still.
really.
I think Fox has just lost to. I mean, he lost to King, but
And DJT.
I mean, they go back and forth. That's fine. Fox, I think, has a slightly better win ratio against DJT than him. But I think the whole King thing, this is just a span of like 3 weeks. It's not like Fox has really had time to learn the matchup, I don't think.
Well, I do think he needs to go back to his roots. Like we
I don't
understand.
think he's got a character for Predator. Like when I see Katana
Well, I
versus
think he
Predator,
does. Like,
that
why
looks
is he using
Maybe,
Katana? That's what I mean. Why is he using
that
Katana?
doesn't that's
Predator?
not gonna work.
Yeah.
And then like
And
he
that's not
doesn't-
even his strength as a player. He should not be playing a zoning character. I understand he can win now. He proved all of us wrong. But dude, go back to your strength. Use Aaron Black. Use what you're good at. Use
Yeah,
your
I think he's
best
losing
character
too
and
many
he
games.
will win.
using Katana, yeah. That matchup is not working out the way he thinks it's going.
Yeah, if he uses Aaron Black, he's gonna lock down Predator. He's gonna lock down Tremor. And those characters don't have the best armor moves. They're decent, but not that fast. So he's gonna, he can.
Whatever happened to his Predator? He just stopped using him.
Oh, the Hunter.
Hunter. Like, is he not good anymore? Like, he hasn't used him in a minute.
He did get a nerf, but I forgot what it was.
Honestly, a lot of that stuff is the same. He just does less damage. Like, I think they nerfed his damage.
I've been wondering where his Hunter Predator has been. I guess he hasn't busted him out in a minute.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I want some props because if HQT turns out to be better than Hunter, I want props because
everyone was saying Hunter was the one to pick.
I'm just saying.
I like HQT because he reminds me of Cabal.
I think I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to say.
Fox or Cam.
I do think you have to give a lot of credit to DJT as well. He's a very patient player. And obviously he was using the character that I like, so that's why I'm maybe biased. But he's just very, very smart player. Very composed, in very difficult situations. Like, he knows what he's doing. And we also, when he beat Rio, that one Evo, what he did with, how patiently he was with Cyrax. And in this game, I think you have to be patient because you have to block a lot. Your defense has to be a point because they're gonna put you in this frame traps. They're gonna last a lifetime, and you have to be very composed. And I think that's something he does better than anybody. And remember, everybody talks about how good his defense is, and I think that's a very important aspect in this game.
Yeah, it's true. He's one of those players that's not afraid to block, which is a good thing to have. Like, one of the big differences is you can tell from good players from average players is average players freak out when you get close and they'll do something stupid. They'll either throw out an armor, they'll throw out some sort of, they'll panic jump or something.
Oh, backdash.
Throw out a move, yeah, something. So you can catch a lot of those types of players just trying to catch them from running or just panicking when you get close. But players like DJT, Chris G's another one. Like, Chris G's just oh, you got in, good for you. I'll just block all your stuff. I don't care.
Do you think that's a Marvel characteristics? Because that game also has some ridiculous offense that can probably only be compared to MK10.
Maybe. I mean, I think it does put Chris G in some problems because he doesn't play our game, so he gets hit by a lot of shit. So a lot of stuff he gets hit by. I mean, it's good that he has that trait, but yeah, when you don't know what the guessing games are or which way to fuzzy, it's not as good. But I think that is a good thing to have, is just have faith in your defense.
Remember when everybody complained about, Batgirl because she has a strong vortex, but looking back at MK10 now, looking at some of the stuff that we have to defend against, I mean, isn't that crazy? To use just Quan Chi an example, not only do you have to guess once, but you have to guess multiple times. And even if you guess right, doesn't matter because, it's still safe. So defending in this game is very difficult. It's just, and you can't defend forever. Eventually you're going to get opened up, by the mix-up.
It's more than a 50-50.
Yeah, it's more than a 50-50. It really is.
It is.
Eventually you're going to get, opened up, and it's just really, really hard to block. And that's something, you just have to that's only with experience. Because you can't go into practice mode. And you just have to play a lot. And I think, and obviously DJT does. That's why he's so good at it.
Those top tier players that block like that, do you think they're seeing the 50-50s or just making a read?
There's a meta to that. Most 50-50s you can fuzzy, if they do them as fast as you can in, certain scenarios. And then the next meta is, okay, does this person know how to stop me from fuzzy guarding? And if that answer is yes, Then the next meta is, okay, well, I'm not going to put up with this, so I'm going to armor. And then that's the next meta, and then after that, if that person blows up the armor and they block, then it loops. And so it just depends.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things.
It's matchup knowledge, character knowledge. Who knows that scenario better than the other? And if they both know it to the maximum extent, that's when it just becomes who can read who better, who's feeling it that day and who's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how about I can't believe we're doing it this late in the show. How about the announcement of obviously we had the patch that that week when Paulo and the 60 and all the other guys talked about the changes, but then we have the same week the announcement of the second season of the DLC characters that will be released. We don't know who they are. We don't know. I guess it's just 4 characters. But what do you guys think about? I mean, that is huge. And
I mean, yeah, everybody was expecting it, but like we weren't expecting it to be next year.
yeah, so apparently, like, just to follow up, just to follow up, and then like, so apparently the game is done until 2016. And the next 4 characters will be released next year.
Yeah.
Which is almost like a new business model for NRS because they haven't done this before. So this
Very
is
strange. Yeah.
yeah, it's very strange. And honestly, this was announced pretty late. Like I expected it to be a lot earlier. So it's really interesting. So with that said, I mean, who do you guys want to see? Give me some characters, some 4 characters you want to see.
I want Cabal Sector. I want the Raptor from Jurassic World.
Blue.
Blue. Or Delta. I'll take Delta. And the Terminator robot.
You're such a fanboy, dude. Seriously.
What? That's a respectable choice.
Slips, do you have anybody in mind?
Is it really like that shocking? I mean, not shocking, but
The timeline of it is.
Yeah, it really is.
are we really disappointed?
No, we're
in
not.
a way.
Like I wish they had announced it a bit earlier. Honestly.
I think it's phenomenal.
I think they should have done.
Wasn't that the knock on NRS? Is they just patch and then they just move on to their next game and we're left with unfinished games. So now we're getting news that they're not going to just leave us hanging out to dry and with an unbalanced or some crazy bullshit in the game. They're going to support the game a year past its release. I mean, isn't that what we always wanted? Can we
True.
stop with the agendas now, everyone? Of my character sucks, I need buffs, or character's broke, this character's broke, can you please nerf him? Can we stop with the agendas and trying to manipulate NRS and grabbing our pitchforks and our torches and trying to burn the next character down or, whatever? Like, God, can we just finally just play the goddamn game now that we know that NRS will just, fix whatever's broken if it ever comes about or buff something that's complete shit? Can we just let them please do their job now?
No. I don't think that's ever going to stop.
I'm just saying, like, I think it's great. Like, they're going to support the game, and there's going to be 4 new characters. That's beyond even what Injustice gave us. Or no, it's
going to be and a stage. They can
and a stage, like
Roy the Pit.
We're getting support for more than a year. That probably means more esports money. I think everyone should be fucking thrilled, but it's like everyone's like being douchebags. I don't know.
What about the gap though?
The gap. So what? The thing that everyone wanted, didn't everyone just like, oh, let the game breathe, let the game breathe. Let's figure the game out before they patch so much and change things.
Yeah.
So now they're giving that to everyone, and now that's bad too. Like, what the fuck?
True. I mean, Slips does have a point. I remember, like Slips. I think you made a post like they were saying no more patches. We're tired of it, and they were like, okay, when's the next patch coming? When's the next patch coming? Just give us the next patch. Remember they were saying that. I think you made a status update. Like it's. I mean, do you want them? Do you want patches or not?
Here? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, I don't even.
I think people
It doesn't
just
seem like
to try.
anything they do like is actually going to please them unless it's immediate immediate like satisfaction. Oh, it's Combat Pack 2's coming out. What are all the characters? It's just
Well,
like they immediately want the next step instead of just being happy with what they got. I guess the thing is that they teased it so much.
yeah, I mean that announcement wasn't very high.
Yeah,
I
it was a
think
little
that
bit.
was again bad communication on NRS. It's, hey, there's something coming, and we all pretty much knew it was Combat Pack 2. So we hoped when they announced it, they would give us something. But it's just like, that thing we teased you about. Yep, it's really here. It's like, okay, great,
It was a screenshot of the shadows.
yeah.
Yeah, man, I want to see Noob. I want to see Noob Saibot.
Noob
man.
Saibot, he was like one of the top requested. So.
Yeah, actually, they had a. I think I said it the last time. They had a poll on Event Hubs, and he actually had the
Yeah.
most votes. Dude, can you imagine Noob Saibot in this game? Some zoning variations, dude. I'm drooling right now, actually, just thinking about it, because I think, dude, Noob Saibot in this game zoning. How amazing would it be?
I'm not a Noob Saibot guy.
But just think about the zoning. Forget about Noob Saibot. Wouldn't it just? I just, especially after the tremendous, gigantic, huge disappointment that he was in MK9, just bad character. They have to, I hope they put him in. They redeem them, they redeem themselves, and I want to see some tight zoning, man. I want to see some crazy zoning, and I also want to see Fujin. I think that's another character.
Yeah,
people-
Fujin would be awesome.
Yeah.
Don't you find it interesting that the invasion bosses have been Sindel and Rain?
Yeah, Rain was the invasion boss this week.
But even though Boone
Interesting.
said he would not add Rain as
But you know what's weird about that is they have their move set from MK9. So if
Yeah,
they
they
were going to
do.
do that, wouldn't they give them new moves?
But I mean, Tanya was the same way though, wasn't she? Like when you played her in the storyline, she didn't have the moves that she's got now.
Yeah, it was
She
like,
looked completely different.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, most of those characters that they have in mind are probably like not even finished, because they have, I don't know, I don't know when they plan to release them specifically, but they probably have 4 or 5 months, to
Well, they
get 'em-
said first quarter of 2016. I think.
Okay, so they have some time, but I would assume like those characters are, their move list is probably
It's not
even
far
finished.
away. What is
Yeah, I
that?
know it's
3-4 months.
3-4
yeah,
months.
3-4 months.
I can
yeah.
play the game 3-4 months.
But the thing is, like, that's when like Street Fighter V is coming
That's
out.
scary. Yeah, that's
Killer Instinct Season 3 is coming out. Like,
Oh, Killer Instinct
No one
sucks.
cares.
No one cares.
I like that game.
But I do think like Street Fighter V that could
That could be a problem.
suck up
Yeah.
a lot of the hype.
I mean, who's gonna play a game that's a year old just for 4 new characters?
I mean, I'll play it.
I will too, but you know what I mean.
And honestly, the new Street Fighter, dude, I'm concerned about the zoning. I don't know about you guys, but
I don't give a shit about.
I've not played it at all. I don't have the beta yet.
I will say this:
well,
like,
neither have I. But I'm just like, it looks like they, again, to their own admission, they said we want an easier game with less execution, more like in your face type of stuff. That's what they literally said. So, I mean, I'm kind of concerned about that.
It looks very Injustice-like to me.
it looks slower than the last Street Fighter to me.
Yeah, it
Like,
looks like
gameplay-
no one can. Everyone's walk speed is pure garbage.
Yeah, and the stages are really wide.
The dashes have improved.
Way like
They
Bison is like parrying projectiles, throwing them back at you, and like it's just I'm not a fan of that. I'm sorry, if you have a 2D fighting game, you have to have good projectiles. There needs to be some kind of distance aspect to the game. That's the only thing that separates 2D from 3D. It's a distance game. So why would you take that away? I might as well just play Tekken then. So all these developers who are making zoning crap, you know what? Fuck you. Stop making zoning crap. It should be relevant. Or your game sucks. Seriously. I'm not saying zoning should be, like MK. Like we saw MK10. The zoning, we know offense rules, but there's a distance game that people have to respect. There's Predator throwing stuff at you. There's Quan Chi. I want to see that. Doesn't have to be the best, but I want to see it. And if your game
I'm
doesn't
sure
have that, I'm gonna play
Dawson
it.
and Sagat will be in there. I just don't think any of the characters have been zoners.
Well, I like. What is that new Arab character? He kind of looks nice with he like has wind powers and stuff.
Yeah,
You
he
guys
looks
see that?
interesting.
Yeah, he looks interesting. So maybe he's gonna be a little bit zoning or I don't know, but we'll see. I guess they're probably gonna announce Sagat and Dalsum soon, so maybe that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Bison kind of looked cool, like his new look.
Yeah, and again, they gave him some moves he's never had before, like the
Yeah.
projectile parry. Like, I mean, we'll see how that turns out. But I mean, what do you guys think? Like, they're trying to make the games easier to play. I mean, is that a good or bad thing?
Um, I mean, what did you think of Injustice? Because Injustice wasn't hard. What was hard about Injustice? There's
Moving.
really nothing that was hard. But it was still consistent results. You still got the same. It all came down to, character knowledge and just who makes the right decisions and who makes the best decisions and who knows about them most. I think
True.
I
That's
think
a
it's
good point.
fine.
I don't think MKX is very hard execution-wise. It's
That depends on the character.
It depends. Like,
Some
I think those
characters.
run cancels, like,
Those run
I mean,
cancels.
everybody can do it in practice, but nobody cares. Like, can you do them, when you're in a tournament, environment? Can you do them in a, high pressure atmosphere? Can you do them then? A lot of people
Right.
struggle. So that's what it's about. So I do think, like, the game is not scrubby by it. Like, the 50-50s are. A lot of the easy ones, honestly, have almost disappeared. So, I don't know, but I think you do have a point. Like, even though the games are easier to play, the results are still consistent. So I don't think you're gonna see, an average Joe beating Infiltration. I mean, I don't think.
I think it'll be
not gonna
fine.
happen.
Like, at worst, like it'll be kind of random for the first 6 to 8 months because of shenanigans, but I doubt it.
Do you think our scene will take a hit when Street Fighter comes out?
Nah, I don't think top players. I think the core of our community will still be intact. Because Street Fighter's just very different.
What about like
From
numbers
that.
wise at tournaments? Like numbers wise at tournaments.
They'll probably drop. That'll take a hit. I think because MKX tournaments are pretty big as far as I can tell.
True,
It's
but
the
it's not
next-
like
it's-
it's not like the Street Fighter players play all games anymore. Anyway, like almost all of them have quit. They don't really
And
care.
I think that's a
honestly.
good thing that, I mean, we pretty much have the second highest numbers outside of Street Fighter, so if we're
Well,
drawing
a Smash they get. To be fair, I shouldn't call it Smash. I should call it Smush. But so
Smush.
Smush does get more though. I mean, sometimes they can get more than Street Fighter. It's kind of like an isolated community, but they have a very loyal following, to say the least.
yeah. I think it's good that it's growing for MKX though. Like we're getting players that we're not stealing them from other genres, but people are picking MKX over Street Fighter and over Smash. So I think that's a good thing.
TFC and Summer Jam both got over 200, I think.
Yeah, like that. Those aren't all Street Fighter players just joining in for fun. Like people are playing the game and they're liking it.
What did Evo get? It got something crazy. It was like
It was like
highest-
800. 800.
Oh, it was way.
I think it was like 2,000.
Yeah, it was like
That's what I
2,000.
wanted to say.
Really? It was that
Yeah,
I think
ridiculous?
so.
Yeah, it was
Interesting.
insane.
I didn't know it was
Right
that.
after 2,000, I think.
Yep.
Well, I think that's just a testament how the FGC has grown. Like every game gets more. Like certainly Street Fighter doesn't get less. Certainly MK doesn't get less. Like especially the new games. Like there's so much hype that the numbers just keep on growing for the most part. So that's a good thing. It really is.
I mean, the good thing about the next DLC pack is like that means not just one more patch, because usually with every character we get at least a hot fix. So that's support for what, 6 more months at least.
Yeah, probably until Evo.
Yeah.
And I
Next
think
Evo?
that next Evo, then they probably stop. But that's kind of what you want. So we could have MKX, a 3 evolutions, and all of them will be huge. People will care about, because of DLCs and the changing meta of the game. So it's good for the game. And I think it's especially good that, like Slim said, they let the game breathe for like 3-4 months to just kind of see what happens.
There's nothing overbearingly broke or anything right now. Like no one, we're back to almost ground zero on who we think is who's good and who's bad. Like we can last a few 4 or 5 months here trying to figure everything out until the next patch or character drop or whatever. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, and I think all the
We're not
top,
that bored with the
yeah,
game.
Yeah, it's
yeah, and I
still
think
pretty new.
yeah, I think all the top tier characters, as far as we know, like have weaknesses. Like people, cry about Quan Chi and they think he's broken, but he has he's not Cabal. Like he has a definite weakness. We all know what it is. Same with Predator. We know what his weakness is. We know, we exactly know which characters. There's no Martian Manhunter. There's no, Aquaman. Like we know where they struggle for the most part. So that's really good to know. So we don't have that
And I think
Cabal
during this
Martian.
time is when we'll start to see some more character loyalists start to do a little better. Because with each patch, like Yomi, their job is to win tournaments, so they're gonna go, and to their credit, they go to the best characters and they do the best stuff, and they win tournaments and they get top eights. I mean, that's their job, so that's good. That's what they're supposed to do. But now that the game's gonna breathe a little bit, we'll stop seeing so many, maybe gimmicks and stuff, and we'll start seeing like actual matchups.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I agree with that. Well, let me transition into the Fool of the Week segment, if you guys don't mind. I've been thinking about this hard, and here are some of my nominees, and maybe I'll let you guys make it up. So we have, of course, the Quan Chi haters who cry every day, in the forums. Slips and Slips. Why Slips?
What?
You're nominated.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Why am
watching
I the
this.
fool of the week?
Well, I'm said you just a nomination. I'm still making up my mind as we speak. I'm watching you fight Raptor. Dude, you are unbearable on
What are you
stream.
talking about?
You're losing, dude. Like people say, like Pig is salty, playing to win is bad. 16-bit when he used to play, You're quitting after the first round.
The first move.
You're quitting after the first move. You said, and I quote, what did you say exactly? Like something about Takeda. What did you say? You're like, this move is the most broken move of the game.
Wait, what?
You were playing Raptors Takeda, and I think he did what is that overhead that has a lot of range? Is it
back
Oh.
2-1?
And you're like,
That
dude,
that
this
move's
is.
dumb.
But you said it was
Best
the
game.
most broken move of the game.
That move is stupid. I'm sorry, but it's dumb.
Hold on. You gotta. I'm not saying you should apologize, but you gotta take some of that stuff back, man. Otherwise, you'll be the fool of the week.
Well, I mean, I'm obviously just, raging.
Dude,
I don't
quitting
mean it.
after he does a combo on you, that's bad.
You might
And
get
you're
some
quitting
like
after
anger.
and you're restarting the first.
Well,
let's say-
because I'm still not done vent. Like I'll go to rematch real quick, but I'll still be mad and I'll still be venting, and then I'll get hit first, and I'm not ready yet. It's really I'm not even really ready because I'm still so pissed off from the last match.
It's kind of fucked up, dude.
That's pretty bad though. Like, like, I've seen people like quit, chill out, come back later and play. But you literally quitting. Like you lost the round and you're immediately going to restart.
Well, I mean, I'm
That's bad,
conceding
dude.
the
That's
match.
bad.
You win the match. Like
That's your thing.
Win. I'm not satisfied with how that match is going. I'm not satisfied with myself, so I forfeit. You win. What's so bad about that? I think I'm being very honorable.
I know you were
I don't know
also
about that.
being like. I'm just saying, like, if I played you, I would have a hard time not to laugh.
I don't know how he's not like punching you
Yeah.
in the face.
Yeah, or like exactly, like at least not laughing or say like, dude, you need to chill out. You're just out of control. Like
You
I don't know,
might-
like
you might need some anger management. Like
No.
Raptor must
seriously.
Raptor must be the most patient. Forget DJT. Raptor must be the most patient guy in the community, like dealing with your nonsense.
He's Asian. I mean,
I mean, if I get out of control, like I apologize later. If I'm like, If even I feel bad afterwards, I'll just be like, do my bad about tonight. I'll just be like, I was just really bad. I was like, I hope you don't like, I apologize if I go out of line.
Yeah, but are you
But
like,
part of it is, I'm on stream.
yeah, you're hamming it
People
up.
got to be entertained,
Right, right.
and I am genuinely mad, so I might as well let it out, right?
True, but that, I'm just saying, like, quitting after like the first round.
I'm
That's
not that
obviously the
bad.
that's
If
bad.
it's not on if it's not on stream, it usually takes a few more games for me to get to that point. But since I'm on stream, well, fuck it. I might as well just let out how pissed off I am.
Just vent.
Yeah, just it's either that or I'm just gonna be silent and I'm just gonna be seeing me just pissed off in my own thoughts and it boils in me and
Yeah.
then it erupts like 3 or 4 games later and then it's genuinely super pissed. And then that can be taken the wrong way. I'd rather just let it all out. It's fine. You guys are get out of here. Fool of the week for that.
True, true. Okay, I'll give you a pass. Since you seem like you're genuine. You're apologetic. But then there's only one, and it's not necessarily a person, but these Quan Chi haters and scrubs, especially like, what is that guy's name? I think it's I Got Hands or something. Worst Test Your Might poster by far. Just a big crybaby. All this crying about Quan Chi, even though nobody's doing anything with him, people get knocked down, they die eventually. That's been like literally the story of Quan Chi's life. And the only major tournament that has been won is by Wondership, right? He's the only one who actually did something. Like he won one of the very early majors with the character. And then Mike, who trains with Yomi, he gets top 8, but he still struggles. So Fool of the Week goes to I Got Hands and all the other anti-zoning zealots, scrubs.
Wait,
And
who is it? I Got Hands.
I
yeah,
got
it's
hands.
some kind of
I don't know
fool
who
on
that is.
gesture. You don't even need to know, but
I've got
the-
hands too.
but the point is,
No, I
he's-
see him post all the time.
yeah, he's one of those guys. Like he's literally trying to be a matchup guy too. Like
Him
it's
and like
just-
Salt Shaker, like they're just posting everywhere.
I know Salt Shaker.
well, I don't have a beef with Salt Shaker, but I Got Hands. Like he's just out of control, like constantly crying, and I have no respect for that. Again, especially when the results, are not consistent. The character gets knocked down, he's dead. So he's definitely the Fool of the Week for this episode. And I just gotta tell people, just relax, man. If the character is broken, he should get nerfed. But for right now, there's just no evidence. There just isn't any evidence. Like people are not, winning tournaments with him. King just won with Predator, and when he picked Quan Chi, he lost in the top 8. Like you guys are just admit you're low mid-level players, and it'll make a lot of sense for you. Like your life will have more meaning. Just admit it first. Once you admit that you're not that good, it'll make a lot more sense. So that's my Fool of the Week segment and my rant on these anti-zoning zealots.
Wait away, man.
I mean, yeah, right.
I just searched his name. He has like hella posts in the Quan Chi form. So I'll take your
wonder
word
if
for it.
I wonder if it's even like somebody's a troll account. That's kind of what I'm, maybe like Rio is just, has too much time on his hands at Yomi secretly, because he was known for doing that. Remember that shit? He used to do that all the
Yeah.
time.
What was his alias? It was like a chameleon or something.
Yeah, he used to do that, and I think
He's
even
had a
Tom
few. He's had a
even
few.
Tom had a few of those. So those guys just maybe they're just trolling me, but
You remember that time Storm's front page that Russian tier list or whatever?
wait, what was
It
that?
was all fucked up. It was like a Russian tier list for MK9 that was all fucked up. Had like Cyber Sub-Zero as number 1. And Storm's front page didn't. It was a troll.
What?
Oh,
You never heard of
what?
that? Yeah.
No,
It was a big
I
deal.
re-
Someone linked that post in the in this thread. It was awesome. I think it was Rio who did that.
oh, was it really him?
It was Clayman. Remember Clayman? Shout outs to
That's a long time
Clayman.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, this is old school.
Man, I don't think he's doing it anymore, but it wouldn't really surprise me, honestly. Like if he was doing it.
Do you think Rio should ditch Like Jason, like is it hopeless?
I mean, if he wants to win, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Jason's not. He's one of the few characters we can probably say he's probably bottom 5 for sure. He's just not
They
good.
they kind of buffed him up a little.
He's not bad. Like, I mean, I'm not. Being bad in this game doesn't mean that as much as it does in the previous NRS games, but
And we're talking
he's
winning.
got issues. He's got issues. It's one thing to, you know, Jason's, like if Rio's trying to prove that he can win with like not using top tier, no one's saying we want you to try and prove you're good by using a bottom 5 character. Like you can use mid tier and still prove to us how good you are. So if he wants to just use, it doesn't make any sense because his reason for not playing Injustice was because there's no MK characters and he didn't like that it wasn't Mortal Kombat. He didn't have any attachment to DC, and then a Mortal Kombat game comes out, and he's not playing a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah, that's a blow up.
That is kind of weird.
It's a blow up.
I know he's like a horror movie fan, so maybe he just likes Jason.
I don't know. It's
Well, I think Ryu is a great player, and people always say I'm sucking up to him. Like, but I do think like, is it a mental thing with him? Like, he doesn't want to use the top tiers because he thinks maybe other people can do it better than he can. Like, I don't know. Like, that's kind of like that's the impression that I'm getting a little bit sometimes. Because there's nothing stopping him from picking up. I think he made a threat saying Hunter Predator is high mid tier. Okay, then just use HQ10. King proved it works. You can get it done. Use Quan Chi. Use Sonya. I mean, there's so many characters he can pick. I don't know why he's limiting himself with, what's probably, like Slip said, is a bottom 5 character. So I don't know what he's doing. Because let's be serious. He has not performed up to his standard. Like, he really hasn't. Like, he's a guy who was expected to place top 3 at pretty almost all major. Like Sonic Fox is doing. Like DJT is doing. Like King is doing now. So, and he's not going to be able to do that with Jason. He can get top 9, get top 30, maybe sneak in the top 8 sometimes, but it's going to be really, really difficult to get that top 3, with that type of character.
I think it's like similar to Pig. Like he just has to have a character that he loves. Like maybe his favorite characters aren't in the game.
well, to be fair, he didn't settle on Cabal and MK9 for a while. Like he jumped around a
Yeah,
lot.
that's true.
But he was using it at the very beginning, though, wasn't he? Like
At the very beginning he was. Then he went like to like
Melina.
WoW and Melina. Yeah, and then he came back to.
I mean, Law was just like top tier whoring, Like he even admitted it. So
When he had the
Melina was he liked, and then Cabal, was also just. I don't know. I just feel like he's very talented. He should be using a better character. And I think he will do well. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like he always got top 8 in the past, and he's at Yomi, so I mean, it's just.
I mean, he's still getting good results. Unlike any. I know I would be happy with those results. It's not, but I think I know what he thinks, and I haven't talked to him in a while, but I know what he thinks. I know he thinks he should be getting top 3. I know exactly that's what he thinks, and that's what he should be.
Yeah.
But he will not be able to achieve that with Jason. At least I don't think so.
Well, maybe Cabal will be DLC and everything will be set right.
Yeah.
What do you guys?
If-
You mentioned. Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No,
Go ahead,
if
go
you
ahead, go
think
ahead.
about it, like Cabal would be the top selling DLC because he's going to be good. Like he has the reputation.
It's true, actually.
Like
Everyone would
in
love.
RS, you have to put Cabal in this game. Like it's not even a choice at this point. Like just think about it, marketing wise. He was the best character from the previous game. He's got to be in. He's got.
That's true. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't want to speculate, but we'll just see.
Cabal, Sector, or Smoke. One of those, please.
Not Smoke though. Any other but Smoke, please.
What if they call him an Enra?
Dude, I don't want Slips. Slips, you with me on this, man.
What?
You know how much pain we had to suffer because of Smoke, dude. You and I.
He was broke.
Well, yeah, he had like a what 80% for one bar.
What
He was
character has the best track record in Mortal Kombat? What is it? Is it
Uh,
Cabal or is it Smoke? They
Cabal
both
was
have
top.
always been.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't Cabal in another game, but he wasn't very good.
Deception and Armageddon, he was kind of shitty, but so was Smoke in those.
Hmm.
Cabal was top in MK3 and MK9.
What about
I mean,
Liu Kang? Is Liu Kang
Liu
always good?
Kang's always been good. Kung Lao's kind of up there.
Kung Lao's always good.
Kung
Yeah.
Lao kind of had an infinite in MK3.
I don't know. That's a tough one. Katana's usually good, but she's just okay in this
Yeah,
game.
she's not like the best.
I don't know.
Might be
You should-
Kung Lao actually.
I think it might be Kung Lao.
Yeah, Hammer Cabal. Cabal's up there.
Could be Jax.
He was really good in MK2.
He was good at Ultimate MK as well. He's just had a huge hitbox. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's actually a good debate. What character is always? I don't know. Someone
Smoke is definitely up there.
Smoke's up there. He's almost always good.
I'd like to see the Cyborg Smoke.
What do you guys think of Kenshi? I know Pig is very upset about him. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
I don't know. No one plays him.
I mean, in this game, having like the teleflurry like be like minus 40, 45, whatever it is now, could even be more than that, is unacceptable. Is unacceptable. Obviously, I would say he's not a zoner because you can't zone with that. But he doesn't, at least in balance, he doesn't have the 50-50 mix-ups. So you would assume he would be good at zoning, but he's not. So I don't think that character is very good. I think, again, I talked about at the beginning of the show how if you don't have strong offense in this game, you're done, man. You cannot have a good character. Like I will put Cybernetic Kano in the same, in the same, role because he's good zoning, but that doesn't matter in this game. It just doesn't matter unless your zoning leads into some kind of vortex, high Quan Chi, or like Predator. His doesn't. He gets the mix-up going that way. The pressure. Again, we saw Shinnok. You get close, you gotta deal with the footsies. You gotta deal with strings that are plus. You can't win. It's so hard because that's what the game favors. You need to be good at the meta of the game, and if you're not, you can't have a good character. It's simple as that. I don't know what else really to say, unless there's not gonna tag that people know. Like I don't see why he would be good in this game. I mean, Slips, what do you think?
I agree, but it's just the problem that I'm having with Pig is that I'm not even seeing him go out there and try. Like,
But he has tried though. Like,
but we don't even see it. Like, we don't see him playing at the top. Like we see him play, and I don't know. It feels like, is he really maxed out? Like, is he really doing everything? Does Pig really know all these matchups? I don't know. I would like to actually see him try and actually see what happens as opposed to just taking his word for it. And there's no other Kenshis out there, and he's all we've got. And it's just, I don't know, there's just no evidence anywhere. And it's all we have is Pig. Pig says he's crap, and we just have to, I don't know, we just got to trust that. I would
think,
at least like to see it.
yeah.
I just want to see it.
Well, I do think he's probably exaggerating a little bit. Like, he's probably not as bad as he
I
says
mean,
he
he's
is.
not
but-
even using them anymore, so I don't know.
Well, I don't think he said he wasn't going to travel.
Yeah, he's just playing.
Yeah,
all
and
shit.
honestly, like the Kenshi forum is, I'm looking at it right now. It's pretty much dead. Like there hasn't been.
Well,
a
they all
post-
probably look up to him, so there's probably no
Yeah.
Kenshi players because he says he's so bad.
But again, man, just think about this. He's supposed to have limited offense, which he does imbalanced. But you have to have something to make up for that weakness. Do you have good zoning? We know it's limited. Like, I know,
I mean,
like,
technically, not even Katana has good zoning.
I know, but the threat of you jumping, and we know that jumping is a part of this game. Like, you jump, she hits you with the fan, and you lose like what 30% anywhere on the screen. That's huge. That's something you have to respect. So you can jump, so that eliminate. That's good control. Everybody would say so. And she has good damage. And she has a 14 frame armor move that leads into like 30% plus. That's good. That's how Sonic Fox wins. What does he have?
I don't know. I don't know anything. That's the problem.
And
I
she
know
has
nothing.
a string that's +2 that she can, use as a melee and beat some, like 2-1.
Until
Like,
Sonic Fox, we didn't know any of that. We didn't know anything that she was capable of.
that is true. No, I agree with that. I just, honestly, man, I just don't see it though. I just, in this game, I cannot
Everyone thought
trust any
Katana was
character.
crap up until Sonic
I don't know
Fox.
about
But
crap.
then all of a sudden, she's top 10. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just gonna say I don't trust any character that has limited offense in this game. And you guys, you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. You need that pressure, you need the mix-ups, you need the vortex, you need something. And if you don't have it, you're gonna struggle in this game. Because it's in this game, the run button has changed everything. Like we talked about Injustice and limited movement. How many times did you have to dash to get an Injustice? 4 or 5 times.
Mhm.
In this
But
game,
there's
you
plenty
kinda-
of characters that don't have like 50-50s that are still good.
it's
a lot
not
of-
necessarily 50-50s. Like Kang doesn't really have any 50-50s, but he has very good run cancel pressure. Tanya, not really a 50-50 character, but she has very good pressure. Again, Tremor, not really, but he has very good damage, one of the highest in the game. He does it at 2-1-2, 2-1 down 4 string. Like again, leads like 50 in a corner. Like you need someone like that. Again, what does he have? Give me something offensive. The game is so offensive that you need something. You can't win without it. This is not Street Fighter. This is not MK9.
I don't see if I saw the mix up that Pig is doing, like that Pig like Kenshi has, like okay, obviously he's got to throw because he doesn't have an overhead low mix up. So what is his strike that he mixes throw up with to really, get his damage? Like Katana, like it's either throw or she's gonna hit you with, forward one, forward one or, forward two, or she's gonna do her little float or, what have you. But I don't even know what Kenshi's are, because I don't
think they
know.
do
I
jab.
just,
Like I've
there's
seen.
nothing. I don't know anything. There's nothing.
Well, I've seen. Um,
Someone play Kenshi, and then I can.
well, DJT does it sometimes.
Then I'll
Like, I've
say
seen-
he sucks.
He
I've
he has an
I heard-
overhead launcher, but it takes meter and it's negative.
That's you're talking
Doesn't
about
DJT's
Possessed, right?
Kenshi do
Yeah.
like pretty good? And he doesn't even play him.
Who poke chop?
No, DJT's Kenshi doesn't. I mean, it does
I
really
think
well,
DJ
doesn't it?
DJT kind of stopped using him. He hasn't used him in a while.
Yeah. Dude, so let's be honest, man. You know this. I'm not saying like he's this crap character, but in this game, the way it's played, again, in Injustice, you need 4 or 5 dashes to get in. In this game, you pretty much get in for free, for the most part. You run in once, and you've covered, again, because the stages are smaller, the way the game zooms, like the way the game is zoomed out in Injustice, full screen away.
I mean, maybe balanced is whatever, but I mean, Possessed seems fine. The other one, Kenjutsu, seems fine. Like Kenjutsu has a 50-50, does a lot of damage. Like, no, I guess he doesn't zone as well, but
he
he
needs to
can fight.
needs to spend a lot of the resources to get that mix-up going when other characters can do the same thing without spending the resources. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I mean, it's just the way it is.
I think his
And-
main beef is like if he spends meter, he gets punished, whereas a lot of the other people are plus and they get to continue offense.
But here's the thing, though. That argument, and I think that some people made in a Kenshi form, like he should be safe after X Karma, that is an insane argument. That's not even the problem. The character has good armor moves. It's offense, dummy. It's always in the offense of this game. That's what you judge it always by first. Like, you want to have good zoning. Obviously, we all do. But that's secondary. You need to have good offense. If Quan Chi didn't have the Vortex, the zoning would Who cares? You would get in eventually, knock him down, kill him. But the fact that he has the threat of the vortex, that's what everybody's scared of. Now imagine if Kenshi had better offense. He would be a lot better. That's the issue. He doesn't have good offense. Same thing with Cybernetic Kano. They made him do more damage. Who cares?
What's his low
Where's
in
the offense?
Kenjutsu? Doesn't he have a good low?
I don't think he has one that launches.
Not launching. Yeah.
So that's, I think that's really the issue. I don't know, man. I think you bring a good point. Again, this is not just Kenshi. I think any character.
I don't know. The problem is I just don't know anything.
Well,
I haven't
just
I
look at
haven't
what
seen it.
just look at the character's offense, and I just don't think he has it. Like he just doesn't.
I mean, Pig did get like second at ESL, and wasn't Kenshi worse then?
Yeah. See, I don't know.
I don't know. I just think he. I don't like. Does he even go to Yomi? Honestly, I never see him. Does he even get along with those guys? I don't know what the hell's going on, but it seems to me like he almost is like giving up, almost like he doesn't really care.
If you're not confident in your character, you can't blame him for not spending,
Yeah, of
$600 to travel.
Of course, yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I do think, like, as you said, like, if I knew my character wasn't that good, I wouldn't spend money and travel either. Why the hell would you?
Exactly.
It's just not worth it.
Especially when you're playing guys who play fucking 8 hours a day.
Yeah. Again, I can't stress this enough. Again, like, you need to
Again,
have
you
good offense
point to
this game.
someone like Wound, and you say, and you see it. It can be done. It can be done. I mean,
Shoot, but-
Shinnok. We think Shinnok's what, mid tier now.
I know,
Just
but
beat
he
the top
did
5
win a
character
major.
over the top player using him.
True, that's true,
Wound's
but he
got
also
a job. He goes to school.
true, but he did win a major when Shina was probably top 3. So
He just beat King. What are you
I know he
about?
did. I know he did. But at the same time, I do think Shinnok is still better than Kenshi. Again, what does Shinnok have that Kenshi doesn't? 50-50. Yeah, we know the overhead is unsafe, but it's the option is there. You have to respect it. And King was like, yeah, I'll block that on reaction. No, you won't. Remember he was bragging about that?
Yeah, the
He's
overhead.
No, he didn't block it once. Like, it was just a guess. Give
You
Kenshi...
could really tell that too. Like he was fuzzing, and then Wound started blowing up the fuzzy.
Yeah, he delayed.
That just messed everything up. You could tell, like, when he started getting hit by those overheads over and over and over again. I think that might have been like a ploy, maybe, because he didn't block that overhead hardly at all. And that one time he did block it, I'm not even sure if he punished it.
Yeah, because you have to be very quick. That's what I mean, though. Like, Kenshi doesn't have shit like that. Like, he can't open you up. And in this game, you need stuff that opens you up. You need the pressure. You need the mix-ups. And he doesn't have any.
I mean, neither does Katana or Kano, but they're still good.
They're good, but I don't think they're as good as, some of the other top tiers.
Tanya, I mean, you've mentioned some of these yourself. Liu Kang.
Tanya has pressure. Liu Kang is almost a semi-block infinite combo. I'm not talking about 50-50s. I'm talking about offense. Like, this game hasn't had stupid 50-50 since, pre-patch.
But
That's gone.
Kenjutsu does have offense.
I know, but it's not as good as, like some of the other characters have it. Like, Tanya has still has... You saw what MIT does to people. Like, that's good pressure. It's top tier. All the characters...
You don't even seeing it. That's my thing, is we don't even see it.
You may be right, and maybe maybe somebody else needs to step up. But, again...
If I saw Pig, if I saw a Kenshi player, not even just Pig, I'm not just trying to blow up just Pig, but if I saw a Kenshi player, and I saw that they were doing everything they could, they know the gaps in the strings, they know where the armor, they're doing as much off, if you see it and it's still not enough, then you can be like, yeah, maybe that character needs some help. But if we don't, like, even when I was using shit Scorpion and Injustice, I thought immediately when all those nerfs were out, I was like, this character's fucking shit. But I still tried. I still, entered all my locals with them. I still tried, I went to a tournament and I tried, and I don't know.
Well, remember, he's also a guy, like, he's very emotional. I think he would, admit that to him. He would, by his own admission, he is.
Show me.
Yeah, so he
I just
loses,
need more
he
evidence.
gets upset. So I understand that, but
And he
it,
cries wolf. He cries wolf all the time.
I know he does. I know he does.
So it's hard to tell when it's real.
But again, I encourage everybody, like, if you want to determine if the character is good or not in this game, all you have to do is look at their offense, honestly, for the most part, and you can determine whether they're good or not. I mean, you have to, take the footsies, the zoning into in consideration as well. But you start with the offense, man. That's where you make your money. That's where everything happens. And if you don't have it, you're gonna struggle. It's simple as that. This is not Street Fighter. You can't throw people to death. Nobody cares. You need to have the pressure, the 50-50s. That's what it's about.
Maybe. I don't know.
Again, yeah, yeah, I could be wrong, but I do agree with you that people need to expose Kenshi more. But if Pig doesn't do it, I don't know who else will. I really don't know. So
Yeah, and I mean, like Kenshi's gonna stay this way for a long time, like because the next patch isn't gonna happen until.
I mean, let's be serious here. Like, if Pig didn't do what he did in MK9, wouldn't Kenshi be a lot better? Like, that's the scare. The scare is.
Well, like he's getting punished for Pig's.
Yeah, like
success.
he's getting. I hate that. Like, I'm not saying that's what the developers are doing, but I just can't stand that. Like, why are you punishing him because he was good in one game? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, the character, the design should work. The character should be, how you design him. Not he should not be punished for, because Pig dominated everybody, with him in MK9. It's just ridiculous. But it is what it is, and I hope he tries. And if he doesn't, I hope he gets the buffs that he needs.
In Pig's defense, like when he always said Zod was like top 3 or whatever, so when he thinks a character is good, he does admit it.
Yeah, he doesn't usually downplay. He'll say the truth, and he usually say, he will not downplay. He will tell it like it is. So I don't see. I do think Kenshi is not that good in this game though. Like,
I don't know. Yeah, he might be bottom 5. Who knows?
yeah,
That's right. You might be right.
I wouldn't even say that because I don't know. But I do think he's probably definitely on the lower end because, again, no offense, very limited. So it's hard to break down people.
You know what character I think sucks? Veritor. Everybody's like, oh, he's good. He has all this damage and 50-50 safe, projectiles. That character sucks.
I don't know. I don't really.
He's another one. I just know absolutely nothing. Like, that's another character. It's just like they're crap, and probably 50% of the reason is because we don't know anything.
Well, King Jr., like, he's part of a local. He uses it sometimes.
Yeah, he's probably the best for
Yeah, like
him and
I play him sometimes, and I don't know if he's probably on the lower end. I just don't know if he's the worst though. Like if he's the worst in the game. But again, like it's hard to say because the patch just came out. You really don't know what's going on, and I'm telling you, man, a lot of the offense in this game, it's considered like okay, will be very, very powerful in other games. Because the offense in this game is just insane. Like you're talking about, like, and I know I'm not the one to talk because my character does some stupid shit as well. But
yeah,
like like it just goes on, and then combined with the run button and the jumping attacks, it's almost like never ending. Like you're blocking forever. So just keep that in mind. Just because your character has good offense doesn't mean it's good in this game. It may not even be that big. It may not even be that good to begin.
I really wish they would have buffed the push block thing. Like that really surprised me that they kept it the same. Taking all of your stamina plus 2 bars.
That's true. I don't know, but then again, they have to be careful. Like, do you want Quan Chi and Predator push blocking everything and then zoning you out? Then you gotta get in. You have to be careful with that. Like, and I say that as somebody who wants zoning to be better. So you have to be careful when you request stuff like that. But at the same time, like, obviously the requirements are just, again, that's another thing. They're punishing you. They're punishing the defensive players for injustice,
Yeah.
That's what they're really doing. They're punishing us because we used to push block. Because it was probably too good at Injustice. It probably should have been 2 bars at Injustice.
Yeah, I agree.
But now they're shitting all over us because what happened in Injustice.
I think 2 bars, 1 stamina, that'd be fine. But...
Yeah, I think so too. Slips, what do you think?
Sure.
Slips like, no more defensive options.
No, I mean,
it's
fine.
a little much right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Even
I'm sure they know. Like,
yeah, everybody says that. It just surprised me they didn't. Even breakers like taking the stamina, like just take 1.
Yeah, like once you break, man, you can't move. I mean,
it sucks.
You're like a sitting duck. You're gonna be, can't run. Some guys can't even do combos.
Yeah, and there's like a penalty. Like it doesn't even start coming back right away.
Yeah, it takes a while to come back. That's
2 changes I really hope they make. Just take 1 stamina.
I think they're being careful because they know that they could indirectly buff characters like Quan Chi and Predator, who are already good, because you don't want them,
Yeah.
Because they can zone, it's hard to get in, and then when you get in, they push block, and then you got to deal with their nonsense again. So I understand that. But yeah, overall, obviously that thing is useless. I mean,
do you think Predator got off light? Should he have gotten hit worse?
I mean, Slips, you probably use him more than I do. I mean, what do you think? I don't know.
Thought he was gonna get a little bit more of a damage nerf, but I'm glad they undercut than overcut.
Yeah, they didn't touch his frames at all.
Honestly, I don't think.
I'm not sure what more you nerf on him. That's the thing.
Well, people were wanting more recovery after a blocked laser. Or even more recovery after shooting a laser.
Again, like in this game though, like compared to how easy it is to get in, even with that stupid recovery that he has, I just why would you have a variation that's zoning? It's obviously meant to zone. Why would you make it crap? That you're just gonna create one of those wordless variations. So I don't see what the point would be of nerfing, the lasers. I think he's fine.
I think he's fine.
I mean, you disagree? I don't know. I think he's fine.
No, I use him. I think he's perfect.
Slips, do you think he's fine?
He's definitely overpowered.
No.
He's not broke, but he's definitely some things he could probably not need.
Like what?
I don't know, like does he need to have frames after his back 2-2 down 2? Like
you can armor through that.
Just little stuff.
Yeah.
It's just little stuff. It's just I don't know.
I mean, but somebody's got to be top tier. I mean, some character's gonna be.
He's an alien.
What's up?
He's an alien.
Yeah, he's an alien. He's got to be top, man.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think I think he's fine. His design probably works better than Quan Chi's for that type of gameplay probably. So I personally don't mind him, but again, he's another one that the anti-zoning zealots are going insane about. But I think he's okay.
It's good to have some zoners. There's not many.
Yeah, like you gotta have because there's not too many. Most of the characters are offensive by nature to begin with, so
it's hard to say. I need more sample.
That's fine. Well, he's got 2 major wins under his belt so far.
We'll see.
Yeah,
King's a good player.
Although technically Goro won one of those.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Goro's so cool. I wish he was better.
I mean, I think a lot of people can take note with Wound, with what Wound doing. Wound just kind of sat right outside his down 4 range and made him make the first move from there. So, I don't know. It's interesting.
He was also defending pretty well against the cancels. He was, breaking.
Yeah,
the
I think a lot of people, and this is something that you mentioned, Dave, is a lot of his 50-50s are very, fuzzyable. So
yeah, once you block the low laser, even though it's
once you start
yeah.
getting used to the timing of when his overheads are coming, when his lows are coming, like it gets a lot easier to defend against, and then he starts doing throws, which is
Yeah, and
way
those
better than the 36% combos that he can do.
They actually did change the frames on the cancels. You can interrupt it easier now.
yeah, but that's like for mostly everybody. Like even Tanya's are they provide less advantage of
Yeah,
blocks.
it's universal.
Even Kang's are less advantage, even though his are still probably stupid. But
That's-
there's more lenience that that you can. If the player makes a mistake, it's easier to backdash or do armor. So, but the gameplay design is pretty much the same.
He's pretty crazy. He's pretty crazy. He's
Yeah.
definitely a zoner.
I can't wait to watch that set again. Like that was such a good set. Cowboy and King.
Yeah, that was amazing. That's definitely like probably the most hype moment, in MK10 for sure.
MK10 definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
And it's up there with like all of NRS games.
yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I think the fact that Cowboy won made it a little bit more interesting because King just won 2 majors. Like we know he's good. Like this is not even debatable. But the fact that Cowboy won like an outsider, not Yomi, lives in the West Coast, doesn't practice a lot, plays mostly online, plays Ducky sometimes, was pretty was interesting to say the least.
If you guys want a trip, you could either go to Europe for a year, and you get like $1,000 a week for $1,000 a week for expenses. You can do whatever you want in Europe for a year, or you can go to the moon for a day. What would you pick?
Europe? What the fuck are you gonna do on the moon?
What do you mean?
There's nothing up there.
It's the fucking moon!
So
Sliz, what are you gonna do up there, man?
What are you talking about? It's your
What are you gonna
experience.
do?
It's like a giant rock, dude. What the? It's like a giant rock without
You're
an
going
atmosphere.
out into. Do you know how many people have been out into space? You know how many people have seen the full rotation of the Earth? Like 20 people. That is a once in a lifetime.
It's more than 20 people, dude.
No, I mean the full rotation. Like
Oh, okay.
to actually sit on the moon and watch the Earth rotate from fucking Europe, from full 360. Like that's got to be crazy, dude. You're hot. Everything you see, everything that you've known, you can just hold your thumb up and just cover it up with your thumb from the moon. Everything you know. You're in space. You're in space. Think of, okay, $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week in Europe for a year. What's that? Like, 500,000 or something, 360,000 something. And then think how much it takes to go to the moon. That's like millions of dollars. You can go to fucking Europe when you're old and retired. Everyone's in fucking Europe. Who fucking cares about Europe? You're going to the fucking moon. You're going into space.
I'd rather party every day for a year in Europe than go to a fucking rock.
It's space.
There's
though.
nothing to do
That's
up there.
That's an idiotic question.
I think you guys are nuts. It's a one. You won't.
Well,
It's not just a
first of
once in a
all,
lifetime experience. It's a once in a lifetime. Like it's not even like most people don't even get that chance. 99.9% of the population don't even have the option to go to the moon, and you're gonna be
I
like,
don't
ah,
think they
fuck
care.
the moon.
I don't think they care to go to the moon. First of all, as somebody who has family in Europe, I think I would rather go to Europe anyway as it is. But even besides that, even if I didn't, dude, the moon is basically a giant rock without any kind of atmosphere.
How do you know? You've never even been there.
You're saying there's an atmosphere on the moon? You're saying the moon has
Saying,
air?
like,
In your
how do
pod.
you act like the moon's gonna be boring? You've never even been there before.
I know, but actually,
What do you?
I'm
you get to-
interested in-
you
I
get
am
to
interested in
jump and you'll
astronomy.
jump for like 50
Slips.
yards.
Slips.
You
I'm
have to
actually
relearn. You'd spend the whole day just relearning the physics of the moon and just being thrilled. You'd be
Me,
like,
that's
"Look at it
true.
again."
That's true, maybe, like, actually, I'm kind of like, I like astronomy. I read up on that stuff, and I'll tell you, man, like, who wanna be like in a? First of all, it's not like you can roam freely. Like, you do realize that the moon is literally getting showered by like little pieces of stone, and if they break into your suit, you're dead. That's it. It's over.
It's state of the art technology. You'll be
You've
fine.
been normalized, son.
No,
Like,
we're not
Zoned.
going to the moon because you're a pussy.
you're
Like,
getting
that's not
zoned, man.
that's not
on a freaking
that's
daily
not on
basis.
the table. You're guaranteed you'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
Zod took you to the moon with his X-ray.
You could go to the dark side. You could go to the dark side of the moon. Maybe there's cool stuff there. How do you know?
There's
There's
a base
nothing-
on the moon.
Just a stone, man. It's like a giant rock.
It'd
Maybe
be
I
cool.
go there like
Imagine just the travel there, just going there. You'd be flying around in zero gravity. Like you could like jerk off in zero gravity, and you'd be flying all over the room. Wouldn't that be? You could bring your girlfriend and have her spread her legs open, and you can try and shoot your stuff into her pussy from across the room.
Oh my god. No, you've lost me. You've lost me.
How awesome would that be?
Actually, again, you haven't done your studying. It will be extremely difficult to have intercourse in like zero gravity because like the sperm doesn't behave like it usually does at that.
What do you mean it's
Dude, I've
gonna
read up
go
on-
in the direction that it's shot?
No, it's not. Because
It's all inertia.
gravity is not there. Like, didn't you see what happened with tears?
Yeah, there's no
When the
gravity.
people
It's all
cry?
inertia.
Yeah, like the tears, like when you cry, they don't fall on the ground like they do on Earth. They actually stay on it, like almost close to your eye. And you can watch like an astronomer do this on YouTube. I don't want to deal with that garbage. Like, dude,
it's cool.
and then it's like when you have to go pee, like there's some weird stuff that you got to do. No,
It's
you
like
do
a
that.
vacuum. Like they,
Yeah, like it's weird. I don't want to put up to that.
like when you take a shit, you have to shit in a vacuum and it sucks it out of your ass.
Yeah, like Slip, is that what you want to do? Slips.
Sounds interesting.
So you want
Like-
you want to put a vacuum up your ass while you're taking a dump?
I think it'd be more enlightening going to the moon than it would be going to Europe.
I mean, the zero gravity sucks. That would be interesting.
I don't know. Maybe it would be cool to like.
I
jump
think it would be more
up in
life
the
changing
air.
going to the moon than just going to Europe for a year and just
Would
being
you,
a party animal, I
would you
guess.
take Would you take a PlayStation up to the moon?
I don't know. How would that work? Would that work? Man, I get
If
some
you
like,
had
moon
power.
dust in there. It'd probably short it out.
You wouldn't just play online.
Yeah, you could literally play on the moon. Like all the complaints that you get, it'd actually be legit.
laggy. Yeah.
And MK10 online will still suck. Actually, it will be probably
It'll be just as
same.
good.
Yeah,
You know,
it'd be
just
exactly the
as
same.
Yeah, it will be exactly the same. No, but like I actually read up on this kind of stuff, and like some of the like it's very dangerous. Like you think, oh, you just go up there. What's the big deal? Like, well, you have like you have to imagine like literally somebody's constantly zoning you with little stones. You have the
You'd love
like
that.
you have like the sun like.
You're gonna have an assistant there. Everything will be fine. They'll make
No, I'm
sure.
just saying,
that-
like, realistically speaking, then you have to worry about like I forgot what it's called, like sun rays, like, and they're dangerous and can give you cancer. And even being in zero gravity is not healthy because there's used to like everything pulling you down. That's how everything. That's what we were
That's how
used to.
you were designed.
Yeah, that's how you were
Our body.
designed.
Yeah.
So going up there, it can affect your health and all that stuff. So why would I go up there? It's completely worthless.
All the astronauts are fine.
Yeah, because they're well trained. Like you have to get trained for that stuff. It's not just let me go up there and take a quick peek. It's not like that. I honestly, Europe any day, man. Sign me up.
How long would you stay on the moon?
I mean, 24 hours max.
Oh, it's like just a day.
Yeah.
And would it be like televised? Like, would you be a celebrity
It's
out
up to
there?
you. I mean, you can do whatever you want with it.
I'd rather have Europe.
I'll take the moon.
You can have it.
Yeah, go right ahead, man. But he's right though. It does take a lot of money to to make it happen. I think very, very expensive. It costs like $1 million or something plus.
Dude, just like the like launch to get into space would be terrifying. Like,
Yeah.
like being on that rocket.
You guys are wusses.
Tell that
That's
to
the thrill of it.
tell that to
That's what
Apollo
makes
13.
it interesting.
You ever see Apollo 13?
I mean, have you seen Euro Trip? Bad things can happen to you in Europe as well.
Euro trip.
Euro trip. I mean, Slips, do you have any country in mind? Like what, Italy, Spain, or is that what you have? Yeah.
I would go to Germany. I go to Italy. I mean, I guess I go to UK.
Go to
Okay.
I
Amsterdam.
go to Finland. Yeah, Amsterdam, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's all types of shit to do. I mean, I'm not saying Europe's a year in Europe is a bad thing. I'd love to do it, but I mean, the moon is. That's. I don't know.
Well, actually, I don't know. If you guys-
I would feel like a greater attachment to existence if I went to the moon.
I mean, it's definitely a good thing to put on your resume, you know. But
Yeah, went to moon.
went to
Yeah,
moon,
like I could go up to someone and just be like, "Oh, I spent Europe, a year in Europe," and they'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. I went there a few times. Blah blah blah. Did you go to this? Oh yeah, I did that. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, I did this though. Oh, I was there for just a few times. Well, I was there for a year. Blah 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 blah." You get into this little social, entanglement of, "Oh, I've done this, I've done that in Europe, blah blah blah. I've been to the fucking moon. Shut the fuck up."
They'd be
well,
like,
actually,
oh.
I don't know if you guys been watching the news, but I heard like there's a lot of like what happened in Syria and stuff with ISIS. There's like a lot of refugees popping in the Western countries of Europe. So it might not be a pleasant place to travel right now because there's like it's like political. Some they don't want certain refugees in there, and I heard it's rough right now. So on second consideration, I may take the moon slip. So I may be with you.
Because of ISIS in Europe?
I never said that, fool. I said there's a lot of refugees coming in from the Syria. You haven't read that?
Well, I mean, do you think they're a bunch of terrorists? Like, this is racist as hell.
It's not racist. I said it's a political issue. I didn't say, It's
So
they're
because there's
basic-
some refugees from Syria going into Europe, you're like, no, fuck that.
Yeah, if there's instability, why would I want to be in a country that has instability?
I mean, it's a whole continent. You think the whole continent's unstable?
Dude, they're trying to get in some countries that are not even that rich, like Hungary, for example. That's what I read in the news today. Seriously? You can only imagine how many are trying to get into Germany or Italy or Spain or France. It's probably ridiculous. So if a country's instability, why would I want to go there? It's not racism, it's reality.
I don't watch the news.
I mean, what's wrong with Syrian people?
Nothing. I'm not even saying anything. They obviously they want to escape what's going on. I don't blame them at all. I'm just saying the situation I heard is rough. For some, because there's a lot of like that maybe some instability to trying to
Do
get
Eastern
in.
Europeans not like the Middle East?
No, not really.
Why? Because of the Byzantine Empire and stuff?
No, I don't mind them at all. Like I'm not like that. It's like whatever to me.
Alright.
Didn't Obama accept some of them in the United States like 2000? I could be wrong. I don't know. That's what I read.
He what?
Isn't Obama gonna accept some of them to come here too? That's what I read.
Oh, I don't know.
Man, do you guys even watch the news? Read about it?
Nope.
I am a disgruntled voter. Have no faith in our leaders.
You don't?
No.
Maybe you should vote for Donald Trump then.
Is he running for
I
president?
think that's even.
The Republican side.
I think Donald Trump, even having a chance, is pretty much as big as a blow up as it gets as to how far people are willing to go to not have a typical politician be president.
I think people are upset with I think with the general process, not necessarily with the country and stuff. I think I think that's what it's about. They want maybe somebody from the outside, like a Donald Trump. Not that I agree with him, whatever, but I'm just saying.
I think that's, I don't know. That's why I think it's fucked. Like, you don't know. There's anyone you pick is being puppeteered by someone, either in someone else in the government, or someone, or some lobbyist, or some big business.
Well, yeah, that's the big deal is that a lot of the stuff is
Everyone's
controlled by money.
everyone's just saying what the people want to hear, so they get their vote, and none of it's real. That's what's so disheartening. Is the media is gonna play whoever the establishment wants them to play.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're only going to be as smart as the information they're giving us, and they're not giving us much information. They're just feeding us a bunch of fucking drama and bullshit, and people just gobble it up because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It sucks.
But where are you generally politically, or do you just care about weed being legal?
I used to be a pretty hardcore Republican.
Really?
I voted for Bush twice.
Oh, you were
Really?
conservative?
I was. And
Interesting.
then after Bush, like, Jesus Christ, that was a fucking debacle.
You voted for Bush twice?
Yeah, after that, but like,
Wow.
pretty much the 2008 stock crash is when I lost, like, I lost like 50% of my faith after that, because it just didn't seem like they gave a fuck. Like, all those big businesses and banks, like, they got bailed out. Like, it was fucking
Well,
bullshit.
that's what I mean. Like, if you get bailed out, then it's welfare. Then you're a bum. But if the corporations get bailed out, then it's
Yeah,
oh,
they're
they
too
did it,
important. They're
yeah,
too
they're just,
important.
and I can't stand that because
Yeah,
that's literally
that's
socialism for
because
corporations.
I was, it was just the way I was raised. I was always raised that, the government was always something that needed to be controlled more than the people and the business. Business helped everything.
Yeah,
And then when that 2008 stock market crash thing happened and I saw the big businesses just fucked over the government, and not only did they not get ridiculed, but they got bailed out, that's when I flipped. And I was like, are you fucking serious? I was like, this is fucked up. And then, but then I was like then I just wanted the truth. I didn't care if it was Republican or Democrat. I just wanted someone that just talked real. So I kind of liked Ron Paul after that.
yeah, I like
Then
him.
Ron Paul, like, he was so anti-establishment, and then you really saw like the media bias and how the media was controlled by the establishment because, I mean, Ron Paul, like, he said some crazy stuff, but he was definitely like getting like traction, and they never covered him, and they made sure he never got anywhere. So then I became even more disgruntled. That's when I was just like, you know what, this is fucked up. I was like, either I vote for someone and they're fucked up, or the someone that's actually talks real, they don't have a chance. And it's just like, so ever since Obama, I don't know. Obama started off pretty rough. I think his last term was definitely better than his first term. His first term, it just seemed like he was just a head nodder. Yeah, I'll just do everything I can for everyone. But his second, I don't know, gas is cheap.
Stop.
Gas is cheap. Unemployment's pretty low now. I don't know if it's all him or not, but he's done better this time around. But overall, I'm still like, there's absolutely no one. I have no idea. Maybe Bernie Sanders, he seems to keep it real.
Yeah, but he's another one. Like, he's actually a socialist. That's what he describes him. But I think anybody who's, as you say, not part of the establishment, like, they're gonna have a very difficult time, to
Republicans, it's terrible. They just spam the same shit over and over and over again.
Well, I think the
They just
Democrats
play on the moral dilemmas over and over, and they just speak about they just take the moral high ground on everything, and they get all like the Bible votes and that shit, and it's just annoying. It's annoying. It's like,
Okay, Sam, what
what
about
do you
you?
actually care about? It's just, it pisses me off.
I've never voted in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't care less.
Or do you just look at the candidates' stance on weed?
Pretty much.
One of those voters.
Yeah, something like
I
that.
am looking forward to the debates and the fucking,
They
like, it
actually
is
had one the other
entertaining.
day.
Like,
They
I'm
have
gonna
one the other day.
enjoy it more now that I'm not voting.
Slips, they actually had one on Thursday, I think, was it? I think.
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't
like
care about
3 hours. It was
the Republican debate's boring because they just
well,
spam.
they all spam though. That's what they do. It's all like just
Yeah,
like
I
talking
mean,
points.
I guess the presidential debates are more interesting. I don't care about candidate shit.
But what are some things do you think they need to do? Like this is just in general. Like if you had to pick one thing, what do you think? I mean, something that should be legal or something that should not be legal. Like, is there anything you have?
I think the tax. I think that wealthy 1% need to be taxed more. I agree with that. I think the tax loopholes that they get away with is bullshit. I think the trade laws that are in place where they can just, ship their fucking labor and their business overseas and have them do all the work, and then that's just screwed. That, it was fine early on, but it's starting to hurt this country now, I think that needs to change. It was, I don't know, it's all starting to add up, and it's cute shenanigans for a while, but I think that stuff needs to be fixed.
I would agree with that. I think that's a good step. Kason, do you have anything in mind except weed?
Um, no.
Do you just want marijuana to be legal in your state? Is that it?
Not just my state, everywhere.
Well, actually, isn't it? It's legal in Colorado.
Yeah, and they're like thriving because of it. Like
Yeah, they are.
they're making tons of money.
I mean, what about that? Is that a big deal? Like, does it? I mean, obviously we have to wait like for the studies and everything. Does it have a negative influence on the kids? Does it make people like
I mean,
Is it a, is it a
obviously, people can get addicted to anything, but I mean,
I'm just trying to understand how is it different than alcohol? Like is it different?
it
No,
can,
it's way more tame.
it's doesn't have all the effects. People say it robs you of your motivation, because it makes you like euphoric or whatever.
No, I agree with that. Like, if you got shit to do that day and you smoke some weed, you ain't doing shit that day.
But I mean, it's the same way with alcohol. You don't get drunk and go to your job.
Yeah, yeah,
At least we hope not.
that's true.
Yeah.
But
Or at least have a
people that
method.
say, "Oh, weed doesn't do anything," it does do something. Like yeah, if I got stuff to do today, I don't. Some people are different though. I have like friends where they just smoke fucking constantly, and they're still productive. It just depends on the person, just like anyone else. But me personally, it's like, if I smoke some weed or some shit, like I'm gonna get something to eat, and I'm probably gonna pass out. Like,
can you do scorpion combos when you're high?
I mean, if it's like drunk. Like if I smoke too much, I'm not gonna be able to do anything.
Yeah, but there's a point where you can like get where you play better.
There's a
with
point
it.
where you still feel it, but you're pretty functional.
You're more in the zone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it should be legal everywhere. Bring it on.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But
Well,
it's
actually,
not for everybody.
Being drunk is way
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go that far, because actually, and I'm telling you, I have no invested stock in any of them I'm about to say, but we actually there's a new, um, we have an official drink of the Zoning Academy. Do you guys know what it is?
Is that what you told us earlier?
Yeah, it's the Fireball, which is like a whiskey cinnamon. It's called Fireball, so I thought, doesn't that make sense?
I just made the connection. Like you're a zoner, you like fireballs, and it's
Yeah, you
well,
just got that now.
I
Damn,
just
dude.
it took like 3 hours.
Wow.
Damn.
I got it though.
So yeah, so that's probably like gonna be like a milestone. If you want to join the Zoning Academy, you got to be able to handle a shots from Fireball without whatever, passing out or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
I'd say 3 shots back.
three
To back.
shots.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I don't know if I can. I'm just kidding.
Well, you're
But yeah,
European, you can handle it.
yeah, of course I can. So yeah, that's. So you're trying to get the Zoning Academy, man. You better be able to handle it. All right.
What's your favorite drink of all time, Dave? Is it like, are you more into the whiskeys, the wine, the beer?
No, I don't like beer. Wine is like whatever. I like Captain Morgan. Any of the varieties.
It's good
And
stuff.
yeah, Jaeger's good. Man, you should,
I do not like Jaeger. Ugh.
you should see King and Mike with Jaeger, man. It's ridiculous.
Have you ever puked from being drunk on Jaeger?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it. It's like fucking licorice.
People usually mix it with. Like when King is here, I usually give it to him with Coke. That's the same when Mike was here the last time. I served it to them with Coke, and that's drinking it on its own. Like you're crazy. That's not good. But if you mix it with like Coke or like any other pop that mixes well with it, it's good then. It's fine. So, but yeah, I like Fireball. Like sometimes when we play, like we usually would drink. The local crew. Slips, what about you?
I don't really have a favorite drink.
Do you drink beer?
I drink a lot of beer though, yeah.
Which one? Just the light?
Just cheap shit. Just Budweiser, Busch, Bud
Natty
Select.
Light.
I'll take some Corona.
Corona's good.
Yeah, Corona's good.
If I was still with Jeremiah, I'm sure he'd give me some expensive beer, like some Paulie Madison's or Stella Rose or some shit.
Yeah, my dad buys some like Belgium one. Like I'm like, where do you get this stuff from? Like, there's like a bottle that was like $10. I'm like, what do you buy? This
It's
from,
expensive.
Yeah, like it was some kind of Belgium stuff.
I don't like those like dark beers.
Lager.
Yeah.
That's the kind. Yeah, that's the kind of.
I can't.
Those, like,
Yeah, I
dark-
don't like those.
I can stomach them. I prefer something a little,
American.
yeah. It's whatever though.
There's
As long
also
as it
some-
gets me there.
There's also some good vodkas out there. One is called Ciroc. It's really, really good, but it's very expensive. It's like $50 a bottle,
Damn.
but it's really good. It comes with different flavors. It's really, really good though.
Have you ever had that vodka that's like in a skull? That skull
Which one is it?
vodka? It's like in a skull container.
I thought that was that was a tequila.
I don't know. It's clear. I think it's vodka.
Dude, that thing is like $60. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's expensive, but it's really
very
good.
expensive. Yeah, I can't afford that. It's too much, but I don't mind drinking Captain Morgan every now and then, and some Fireball, of course.
I like Crown Royal. That's my drink.
You drink it a lot?
Usually on the weekends. Couple mixed
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah.
You ever see world's most expensive shit with 2 Chains?
No.
It's like a YouTube web series. World's most 2 Chains goes in. He's a rapper. He goes in and he does like the most expensive shit. Like he drank like champagne that was diamond infused.
What?
Yeah, it was diamond infused champagne. Like someone took like a diamond that was like worth, I don't know, like 500 grand or some shit. Put in a champagne bottle. Oh no. They took a bunch of like little diamonds and they dropped them into the champagne. They did something where it would infuse with it, and then he dropped like a $500 diamond in that champagne. It was like $1 million champagne like drink or
So
something.
you drink the diamonds, kind of?
I guess, yeah.
Is that even healthy?
Yeah, that sounds dangerous.
I don't even know. But like he's done that. Like there was one where he was drinking the world's most expensive bottled water. It was like 100 grand for this bottled water or something like
Jesus.
that.
Why?
And
What's
he's
special
real about it, like he doesn't like put on any sort of mask like to act all uppity. Like he'll just be like, damn, like he'll call it out, like, There's no way in hell I've paid. I actually do
Like
this.
it's just tastes like water.
Yeah, like there was like some like the world's most expensive like bulldogs. And there was like these dogs worth like 20,000 or $50,000, and he was just like, He was like, the dog better like bring me some tea or some money or like something. Like he was like, some of this shit. It's good. Like it's a web series. Check it out. It's funny.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to 2 Chains. Whoever you are. Do you remember the first time you got drunk?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was probably 17.
Really? That old?
Yeah.
Was it like at a party or what?
Yeah, it was. I was playing Tekken, I think. I was either.
Big
It was a fighting game hookup.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember I was going around pecking people, acting like I was an ostrich.
What?
I don't know, I was drunk. Oh yeah, and Unconkable, he passed out and he ate those like Andy Hat cheese fries.
Oh, the Armor King player.
Yeah, and he puked, and it was so nasty.
Oh my god. So
He passed out and he puked while he passed out, so he just laid in his own puke, and I was like,
dude. Yeah.
good times.
Oh man.
In Europe, isn't the like drinking age really like low? Like 16 or
When I
something.
was there the last time, there was no drinking age.
So you can just drink as a kid?
I bought it when I was 13. Yeah.
What?
I'm
Wow.
serious.
That's crazy.
I know, like, and here you'd be like facing lawsuits up the ass, but I'm telling you, like, there's this drink that my friend bought. I remember, like, it was yesterday. It's called, this was in Germany, Kleiner Feigling, which means little coward. It's like a liquor. God damn, was it good, man. I wish I could get my hands on it right now, but that's like the first one that that we tried, and that's when I got drunk. Because I couldn't handle it, it was just like, but it's just liquor, like with a very sweet feeling, like, like, because you kind of swallow it, then when the feeling, that's when the flavor kicks in. It really has a really nice taste, so. And, I mean, that's Europe for you, man. At least when I was there, I don't know, like, if the laws have changed since then, but back then, you just say, yeah, it's from my dad, and nobody cares. Same thing with cigarettes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very, very lenient. What about you?
I was like 13, and I remember it was in a cherry slushy. Me and my friend, we shared Mad Dog 2020. Do you know what that is?
No, what is that?
It's like 120 proof. Like really powerful alcohol. And all I remember is like we drank about half of it, and it was just like sugar and alcohol. And I fucking puked so hard. It was coming out my nose and shit.
Oh god.
It burned so bad. Oh,
man.
I was like, this is awesome.
That is nasty.
Yeah.
I remember the worst hangover I had. Like, I had these hiccups, man. They hurt so much. Every hiccup just burned my insides.
Oh, that sucks.
And I thought I was fine, and then I ended up puking, and I was like, I thought it was good, and then the hiccups came back. Oh, it was
Yeah,
hell
it's
on
that
earth.
nasty feeling where, like, you constantly feel like you have to puke.
Yeah.
And I think, like, if you're a good drinker, you know where your limit lies. Like, you know when to stop. Because
Right.
if you have that one more drink, you're gonna, you won't be able to sleep all night, and you'll wake up, feeling like shit. So that's when you stop. And I know where my limit is, so I'm usually very careful.
That's the only thing I don't like about drinking is like the next day you feel like shit. Like with weed, it's not like that. You can get as high as you want. You just wake up and you're fine. So kids, smoke all the weed you want.
Yeah, it's pretty
But
funny.
yeah,
I have passed out. Like, because I was like way too high.
Slips
Like,
up,
it's
surprised
happened.
didn't pass
Have
out
you-
during the show.
Have you ever woke up and still been high?
It was weird. Like, I tell people that I didn't pass out, but they swear I did. Like, I was just sitting on this couch, like on the top end of it, like not sitting on it or like in it, but, like on top of the back end. And I just remember I was just so high, and I was just like, man, I feel like going limp. So I just went limp, and I just, my head fell back onto the seat cushion of the couch, and my friends just all looked over. They're just like, dude, you okay? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm fine. Like in my head, I'm just like, I'm fine. I just want to chill out. But I didn't respond to them. I was talking in my head. So then they come over there. They start trying to sit me up, and I'm just like, so I snapped out of it. I was like, no, leave me alone. I'm fine. They're just like, dude, you looked like you were out. I was like, I don't know. That happened a couple times.
So you just blacked out for a minute?
I don't know. To me, I felt like I was fine. I just didn't feel like, I was just too lazy to do anything. I don't know. Maybe I almost died. Who knows?
Well, you're fine now, so I'm sure it was okay.
Yeah.
All right. What else you guys got?
I think we're good. I think we had a good discussion. Yeah.
I don't know if people want to hear about us smoking weed and getting drunk.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We can keep going. I mean,
dude, we can do like a 5-hour show on that, but
some of this I don't want recorded.
Yeah, let's again, keep the Tremor jokes coming. I'm looking at that on my,
Yeah, come on, step it up. That last
guy, you got to step it up.
Yeah.
And by the way, let us know which guest you guys want on. We've talked to Sonic Fox, we've talked, Cowboy. Like, let us know, which person you want on. Tom. I know there's some, there's some.
We're gonna try to get some guests. We didn't have one this.
Yeah, we didn't have it this time because we were a little bit behind. We had to catch up with some stuff. But let us know in the thread, because you guys are, what makes the show. Let us know what you want, and then we'll put it in the show and, deliver what you want.
All right, let's do shout outs. You guys got any shout outs?
Not really. Just, from our local scene, Master D, Playing to Win, THDB, Chris, just, the regular people. Ribs, you need to start coming on, you insolent fool. That's pretty much it.
Do you guys do a stream or anything?
We sometimes do, but it's rare. Like, we mostly just together, we drink and we play. Like, honestly, we just want to get better, so.
Yeah.
How often do you play?
We usually play like sometimes Friday and Saturday, depending, how much we have time. Like we played yesterday. Like Master D was here, Chris was here. Matt's been busy recently, but we're trying to level up. And
I got one. Shoutouts to NRS for fixing the fucking loading screen error on Xbox. After 3 months, we can finally play the game. So, props.
Props.
All right. We're out. Bye. Yeah, let me get some caffeine going.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some rum. I don't know what Slips is gonna get
Yeah, I'll
Get some
beer.
weed.
if he hasn't wasted everything already.
Light up a blunt real quick.
Smoke weed every day.